What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another wonderful Saturday night draw and chill, the C.O.U. style. Drawing some pages. Last couple of pages still for the ADDAX Unbound Fury 2 campaign that's coming up. If pinned to the top of the chat, at least on my YouTube, I don't know if everywhere else, is the Kickstarter pre-launch, and I will be sharing the Indiegogo pre-launch page a little bit later on. And please go sign up for the crowdfunding source of your choice and check it out. The campaigns were going to go live tonight initially, but I did need a little bit more time to get them all set up. So they'll be launching. I'll be doing a launch next Saturday. And yeah, I'll give you more information on that a little bit later. Probably by Monday I'll have information on that. But yeah, so what's going on, everybody? Listen, the link is out there to join, but you can chill in the chat, hang out, join the conversations as they start and stop, or have your own, or just ramble. We've had that before. So this page is I'm starting with. There's not much left to really do. A couple of little minor wall decorations and the rest of this gentleman's face, and then we will be moving on to this is page 4 of part 2 of the Red Sun in the West, which is the backup story in ADDAX. So we'll be finishing that page and then moving on to this page. I will not tell you which page this is, but this is also from the backup story. And as you can see, it's lined out, so I'm going to just be doing the rendering on that. And then that leaves us with just one here. So I'll change the camera so you can see it better when I get to it. But if I get to this page, I'll be doing the faces first, and then going in and filling it. All right, that's where we're at. And then if we're really, really overzealous, we might go back to working on the parody ad. That's getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's just getting crazy. Fix this a little bit because it drives me nuts. That's straight. OCD. There we go. All right, everybody. So I don't hear the music, so let me make sure that the torture device is on properly. Where are we? I hear it. I don't know if anybody else hears it. All right. So I've been having a busy week. Work picked up at my day job, and just trying to get a lot of stuff done. You know, it just seems like no matter how hard you try to get caught up, and you think you're ahead, you're not. You know, and one of the things I learned is I've been getting all my stuff ready for getting on the. Sorry, you gotta forgive me. It's kind of tickling my throat for like the last 3 hours. Getting on the convention circuit, so I'm trying to get my stuff together for that. You know, banners, tablecloth, racks, all that type of stuff, like the. And I thought I was doing a good job. I have the tablecloth. That's done. I have one banner. However, I need at least 2 more banners. And I have to change the design that I created already, because I realized that I need to put my name on it somewhere, because I'm going to be in Artist Alley. I can't just put the company, like the logo and the name of the comic company. I have to put my name on it. So I got to go back and change that. That was a little disheartening. And I totally forgot that I have coloring that I have to finish for the character tablets that are going to be in this campaign. So as soon as I finish these 3 pages, I'll ship those off to my colorist, along with the rest of the pages that are left. There's only 15 pages left, which is good. Right, 30 something in. Back to me already. Oh, almost like 28 back to me already. So I can start lettering those. I can color these tablets, which they already started, but I just forgot to just set my mind that those have to get done. But it is what it is. I'm only one man. Damn it, Jim. I'm an artist. Not a wedding planner? I don't know. So that's where I stand with that. And what else? Man, anyone that tells you that it's easy is just full of it, dude. Like, you come into this thing as an artist with an idea, at least from the artist's perspective. I don't know about the writers. You come in with an idea like, hey, I want to create my own comic. I want to do this and that. But like, yeah, I could write it and draw it. That's fine. Yeah, but then you gotta promote it, build the campaign pages, do all the paperwork, like all the crunch all the numbers, get all the orders together, do the shipping, do like this. There's a lot more to it that you bite off that you don't realize at first. And not that any of it's really hard. It's just there's not enough hours in the day. There really is not enough hours in the day to do everything you need to do. So, that being said, let me get back to doing some of this. So I'm going to draw until I hear the bells go off that someone wants in or is in the chat. But please, if you do artwork, if you do comics, if you do stuff of the sort, and you want to draw along with me on stream, come on in. I can send you the link. Just ask. So I said earlier that work is picked up, my day job, and it my day job is what affords me the ability to do a lot of this. Um, Mainly the overtime I might work there allows me to have the money to do some of this stuff, to get it even to the kickstarting point. Anyway, that being said, I used to work in the field. I used to be um, an in the field electrical mechanic. I used to do a lot of cable pulling, uh, house services, power plant work, stuff like that. I just did all of it. And I tell you, I haven't done that type of work. I got a cushier gig there, less physical. And I haven't done that kind of work in about a little over 10 years now. So I went in today for some overtime so that I can continue to do this. And man, you know when you're getting old, or you're just no longer in the shape you used to be in. But I picked up something today in like the first 15 minutes, I'd say, of doing work. Today's work was actually a little physical, so that's the thing. And I hurt myself. I pulled a muscle 15 minutes in, and I said, "You have to be kidding me." So that was a little depressing for me. I wouldn't. The thing I hurt myself doing was like it's like nothing. Just 10 years ago, just absolutely wouldn't even have thought twice about it. Would have laughed at myself and made fun of myself if I'd gotten hurt back then. Yep. Good time. So I'm getting old. Anyway. Just a little bit of knowledge, but how my day went. But luckily, I'm feeling a lot better now. Still do the overtime. I'll still be able to keep doing this for a bit longer. Anyway. This time now we're going to get a bit of reference for myself of my own stuff, which is interesting. Listen, as everyone knows, the music does not stop until I see people. Come on, people. Hey, we have Wismore in the chat. How's it going? Going good, man. Going good. Hey, listen, feel free to hop on in if you want. We'll hang out. Right now, I'm just waiting for some people to start dropping in. I'm drawing. I just finished this. I'm almost finished with this. Finished the guy's face. I'm just doing some wall decorations here to make it look a little lively, and then I'm on to the next page. So that's how it's going. That's how it's going. And I just finished telling everybody that well, everybody would be you now, but anybody who goes back and watches this, about how I'm starting to feel my age because I hurt myself doing a remedial task at work today. It wouldn't even thought twice about back then, just 10 years ago. Almost put me down. So how's it going with you? Wismore? You doing some arting tonight? if you do anything else, like if you're a writer or a colorist or something, you don't think you can come on here and draw, or you don't, you know, or you can still come on here. I'll put you on and we shoot the shit about what we all do, you know. Yeah, I know it's late. I do know there's people in different time zones. Sometimes it's easier for them. It's not as late as it is here. But I get it. I mean, it's late for me too. I've been up since 4:30 this morning. It is now 10:52 here, and I'm just a night owl. I get most of my work done then, so I kind of come home from work and I come home, nap like an hour or so, and then I'm ready to go for the rest of the night. But I'm glad the commissions have been steady. That's always a plus, man. Good. Yeah, that's really cool. Good for you. That's awesome. I like to hear people staying employed, gainfully employed, doing what they love. Well, if you have anything you can share or show and you want to come on in and just do like a show and tell with your stuff and let people see your stuff, by all means. But we usually a slow go at the beginning. So we'll see how it picks up. All right. Sounds good. Well, we're looking forward to it. Do you do book work? Do you do? I'm not too familiar with everything you do. I appreciate you to keep showing up. I love having regulars. And it's good to be regular. That's what the doctor tells me. I got dad jokes for days. They're not good, but I have them. No one else wanted them. The reason I ask you if you do your own book or if you do sequential storytelling and stuff like that is because I want to know if you can relate to. I'll draw pages and put environments in, and then I'll forget what the environments look like exactly. You know, like what's hanging on the wall, whatever. And so this scene here, this bar scene down here, it doesn't quite fit into. There you go. So the walls have stuff on them already in other pages that I've in the past, and I can never remember what is or what it is. So I got to constantly keep going back to the old pages and seeing layouts that I already did. Just can't remember what it was. So that's all. I just was wondering if anybody else has that, or if it's just my senility is finally kicking in and we're good to go. You know what I'm saying? Meet new people every day. Here we go. Oh, see? That's good to know. There's a big freaking window there. How did I forget that? All right. Big friggin' window right there. Blue line that past the chip there. Oh, that sounds very cool. All right. I'm going to admit to you that because I'm not too familiar with a lot of the new stuff. Everybody, you can't even say it's because I'm old, because people older than me are more familiar with it than I am. But like Substack, no idea what it is. No idea. Hear it all the time. Don't know what it is. Probably should. Probably would help me make money. Don't know it. But no, this sounds cool. 2 books, commission artwork, covers. Woo! Crazy. So it's a page, but it's not just art, right? Because I hear a lot of people saying they got Substack stuff like novels, like books and shit like that, and other things. So I'm assuming it's just not art related. Although Patreon isn't either. I don't think. I don't know. I've only ever been there for art though, so I thought it was. Patreon, I actually have an account on, and I never use it. Pay for the damn thing too, and I never use it. Not enough hours in the day. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because there's a couple of novelists, and one of them has a talk show, and I listen to them, and they're always talking about having their stuff over there, or other people they know being over there. And I'm like, what is it? What you doing? Sounds like a pancake house. You get a Substack, extra syrup. Oh, really? Well, how do you get them to hand over their emails? Like, stick them up. Give me your email. Put it in the bag. Yeah, I gotta tell you, that's one of my biggest issues. Is I don't get the not that I don't get. I don't understand how. And maybe it's just me. And there's a lot of things out there too to tell you, oh, hey, we'll teach you how to build your your mailing list and all this other stuff and your subscribers and all this other stuff. And then they never actually, I don't know how to explain it. It's like they tell you what they tell you what you want to do, but they don't tell you how to do it or how to get there or what. I don't know. It's weird. Like, and I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to that. So it's been a friggin' hike and a half to get these things growing them. For me, some people just, they start on a Tuesday and by Friday they have 100,000 people on their list and following them, and Jesus, it just comes naturally. Yo, what up, Flip City Magazine? Chilling. What you doing? You coming in here? Come in here, shoot this shit. See, Flip City Magazine loves Substack. Christy, I know, because he said writers over there. To subscribe, you have to email every post you do will arrive. Oh, sucking now. Yo, Flippy. Flippy in. Oh, we have a guest in the back Rizzo, and it is the man with the plan right here, Levi.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What up? Chilling.
Good evening.
Sitting here getting my education on with Substack.
Oh, gotcha.
Wistmore is telling me what it's all about.
I do not have a Substack. I do not have enough time for all the different platforms.
Well, see, that seems. I think that's going to be the topic of this late show, because I was talking about that earlier. That there's just not enough hours in the day to do everything that you should do, that you can do as one person, unless you have a team. But as one person, it's hard to maintain your socials, maintain your campaigns, deal with whoever you hire and work out to making sure they get it, doing the actual work that you're doing, and then also like crunching all the numbers, doing all the paperwork. Then the publication, the shipping, the printing, it's just a mess.
Yeah, it's a freaking job, right?
It's more than a job. It's the job of 10 people you do.
Yeah.
You are all those people. You are the publicist. You are the writer, the artist. Everything. Yeah, everything.
It makes Marvel sound better every single day, don't it?
No, doesn't. I wouldn't change working for myself, because I'll be quite honest. The thrill of wanting to draw an existing book, for me anyway,
right,
left me sometime during early college.
Yeah.
And I really just ever wanted to do my own stuff, and my dream, when it still included the big two, was to get a job with them and do my own book, like sell them a book, like basically become like a Rob, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Here's this character, let me draw this character, work for your company, have a great day.
That would be the ultimate deal.
Because I don't know. I don't know how much I like, because a lot of times, especially with Marvel, I noticed that the artist doesn't really get a chance to recreate an existing character. It usually has to fall in the writer's hands to do a change. They'll write it into the story. They'll put a reasoning for it or whatever, but I just don't think an artist comes in and is like, yeah, I'm redesigning the whole team. No reason, no, you know what I'm saying? Just one day they woke up, they have a whole new look.
Right, I got you.
So I think that bothered me. Like, I kind of would get tired of having to draw the same character, and the same way, looking the same exact way all the time, and not having any freedom to change anything. Like, my guy, his hair is unique, and I'm sure if it was a Marvel character, they'd want his hair to look like that every time. But because he's my character, I can have him put it up in a ponytail one day. I can have him shave it off whenever he wants. Right in that it grows back really fast. Whatever the case may be.
Right.
But you don't have that freedom when you work on someone else's characters, especially in that setting, like corporate America comics.
Well, a lot of the rebels did. Like if you think about it, like Todd McFarlane, he tells a story about whoever the editor was on Amazing Spider-Man. The word that the term spaghetti webbing came from that editor. Him and that damn spaghetti webbing.
Yeah.
I just wish he would draw it like it's supposed to be drawn. So there have been, some, and now we're talking like that's like what, 1 out of 10, right, or 1 out of 100.
And I just think that era is gone too now, though. Like they were the best, and they were, that whole group of guys. They were the best of their age, and they ended up creating a company that gave the big two a run for their money for a long time. But I think all that ability, that freedom, that power has been taken back. I think almost like the big two have learned their lesson, and they're not putting their faith into people like that anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they're not creating superstars.
Right. And the only people that still have that kind of pull are the same people when they bring them back. Like if they bring back, Jim Lee's part of DC now, so when he does something, he can do whatever the hell he wants. When they bring Rob back, they kind of give him the freedom to do what he wants on the books they allow him to touch. But that's it. It's the guys that have had that power still have it, but I don't see too many new guys getting that kind of prominence and to be able to have that free reign.
Right. So the evolution of the comic book artist, do you think it's like the stuff we would have grown up on? Those were commercial artists looking to pay their rent, and they took jobs as comic book artists. And like as the comic books got more and more popular, you've seen people actually going out and going, no, I don't want to be a commercial artist. I just want to be a comic book artist.
Right.
And
it was fun.
Yeah. So I think that was the next generation of artists, in my opinion, was guys that just wanted to be comic book artists, and they would almost kind of, I don't know, some of them would kind of, for lack of a better term, like simp for the system,
right,
because they grew up such fanboys, and for them, just working on Spider-Man was cool enough.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's still people, and I'm friends with a couple of them that would do anything to work on some of these big name books. And don't get me wrong, if Marvel came to me and said, "Hey, Chris, you want to do the X-Men for like 3 months?"
Right.
I'd be like, "Fuck yeah!" I mean, I'm not stupid. I'm not going to say no to that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I don't think I would seek it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And honestly, if I'm doing this and someone came to me and said, "Can you do 3 issues of the X-Men or 3 months worth of X-Men books," whatever the case may be, and I would say yes, but it still wouldn't. It wouldn't come before my stuff. It would be equal parts. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sacrifice what I've started with my own projects to do that now at this point.
Right.
So I'd be like, yeah, but if you need them like tomorrow, you ain't getting them. I got shit to put out.
You had superstar guys like Ryan Otley, go off their projects and go and do, the DC and Marvel thing.
Right.
So there's definitely the draw that is there for everybody,
It's one of those things that whether you need it or not, whether you're looking for it or not, it's cool to say you've done. Like that's how I look at that. That's why I would do an X-Men book if I was asked, but I won't seek it out. anymore
Right.
like I used to. But it would be cool to do. It would, because it's cool to be able to say, I did this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I have my own stuff. Yeah, well, who are you? Yeah, well, I did the X-Men too, so suck it. Suck it, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I turned Iceman straight, motherfucker.
He got a girlfriend and
Got a
everything.
girlfriend now. Now they just messed that up when I'm going. They'll turn the girl into someone that used to be a guy, and therefore it makes sense.
Oh God, right.
Did you see what I was drawing earlier?
No. Wait. Yes. It was yeah, show it again. It looked like the Pink Panther.
I didn't finish it, but you can see it better now. Because it was all blue line earlier. Hold on, let me. On this stream, I have the power to embiggenate. Well, that's not embiggenated. We need embiggenated. How do we do that? Well, that ain't it. That ain't it. Nope. That's. I don't know. Is that it? A little weird. That's a little weird. Woo. Yeah, we're just gonna do it this way. Okay.
You get it figured out?
No, but here we go.
Yeah.
So the Pink Panther has really got to go to the bathroom. He's got his legs crossed, tail between the legs, holding it. He's sweating profusely.
Right.
He's got the I don't know what the hell is going on action lines above his head. And he's standing outside one bathroom with a question mark above it. And it says, push or pull, your choice. And it has a half woman, half guy icon on it with their hands up going, I don't know.
Right.
And then you're going to have, in the background, you're going to have the regular male, female bathrooms.
Oh, boy.
And I don't know if I'm putting I haven't decided yet if there's going to be a puddle under them or not, but we'll figure it out.
Right.
So that's his modern day conundrum or whatever what's the actual task titled?
It is called Cartoon Characters and Modern Problems.
See, so there's his modern problem.
He must be at a Target.
Listen, it's for the viewer to imagine and let it speak to their life experiences. You know what I'm saying? Their
Right.
What do they call that? Their lived experience.
Yeah.
You know what drives me crazy about today's day and age? What really grinds my gears is the terminology for everything now. It has to be a certain terminology for everything. Like, I hate the fact that everybody, and I think this started at the beginning of Joe Biden's, at least maybe his campaigning year. What is it that he always says, and now everybody says it?
Seriously, folks.
Be clear.
Oh, yes. Let's be clear.
To be perfectly clear, when someone starts their sentences with that nowadays, I know I'm about to hear a bunch of lies and bullshit.
Yeah.
And they're going to be the furthest thing from clear too. They're going to be more convoluted than anything. But yeah, that started, and everyone says it. It's both sides, everything. To be clear, or let me be perfectly clear. What it's like? Come on, stop it. Just say what you gotta say. I'll tell you if you're clear or not.
Right.
That's for me to decide if you've been clear. This would be really cool, Wismore, if you were able to get a heavy metal cover. I'd buy it. I'd buy that for $1. So wait, let me take the. So that's the Pink Panther. I'm gonna finish that up and see how it looks at the end. But I have no idea why this character in this scenario came to mind when I heard what we were doing, but it did. So
it's a good one, yeah, for sure. He looks like he's worried. You're like, what do I fucking do?
Right? He's like, good Lord, and I really gotta go. Yeah, the icon on the door was a lot more. I figured it was a little more risque. It had a penis coming out of the dress.
It had a third leg.
Yeah. And I was like, let me clean up a little bit. What's this? What page are you working on? That looks cool.
Oh, it's chapter 7, page 2, of Galaxy Memorial Park. So this is the third volume.
Right. And your thing right now is just for the first one, right? Your campaign?
Yep. Yeah. This is the so volume 3 starts out with it opens up with a flashback, and all the flashbacks are done by different artists, and this one's done by Dio. He does the book Tome of Reckoning.
Okay.
So he filled in for a 16-page flashback with Silverbug.
It looks really good.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome.
I kind of makes me want to stop drawing my bar scene right now.
Yeah. He popped on X with the Spider-Man Rhino piece.
Oh,
and
really?
He says, my favorite character is Spider-Man. And I'm sitting there thinking, we always compare Silverbug in our book to like Spider-Gwen, right? She's that Spider-Man type character, but female.
Yep.
And we're like, so I asked him, like, so how would you feel about drawing Spider-Gwen in a bar beating up an Italian mob? And he's like, sold. So pretty easy to get him to come in on this.
You're like, I'll do it. Shit.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
His work's really good. I like it.
It is great faces.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good hands.
And you said his name's Dio?
Dio, yeah.
So does good music too.
Short for Dio. Shit, I'm gonna slaughter this name right now. Dionysus. It's the Greek.
Yeah, Dionysus or Dionysus.
Yes, that one right there. And then of course his last name is Greek as well. It's like Arlianus. And like I said, I slaughtered that. I apologize, Dio.
Okay. And my last name's origins come from Greek. My father's side was Greek, so. But
gotcha.
when he came over through Ellis Island, and the person that took care of them said absolutely not, and chopped his name. Literally took out the whole center of his name, and took an O from the end. It wasn't even the last letter. Took an O from the end in the first 3 letters and came up with first 4 letters and came up with Zaffo.
Yeah. I think there's
it wasn't even, and they wrote backwards in Greece, like they do the first name, last name, first thing when they sign stuff.
Right.
At least back then they did. And so when the guy at Ellis Island read it, he read the last name as the first name as the last name. So my last name is actually a butchered first name.
Oh, geez.
Over here. Yeah.
Right.
So I don't know if anyone else has a similar name or the same name anywhere else, but I doubt it. I've seen my name used online by people, and I don't know why, because they're not related, but it's not their name. I don't it's like weird. When I first got online and I started, you put your screen name in, and then they tell you, no, there's like 100 and something people in front of you.
Yep.
You got to put it. I was very surprised to see any number in front, and there was a few, and I was like, wow, I must be related to them. I know them. Let me reach out to them. No, it's not even their name.
Yeah, we had some Skeens that lived down the road from us, no relation. And even then, there's like the same Scottish clan had 3 different spellings for the darn thing when they came through Ellis Island.
Yeah. Wishmore's heard. He remembers my heavy metal sad story. There's a very Barnes and Noble now. I have 2. Yes, I do. I'll go check it out. Thank you for letting me know. Let's see if they have any. Yeah, my sad story. Those bastards sold that copy. I hate them all. But they're good. They make sure I get rare stuff on occasion. My comic shop. They just screwed me on the heavy metal.
Right.
Yeah, I went in there and I told them I wanted it, but I wasn't picking it up right then and there. I'll come back for it. When I came back, they sold it.
Ah.
I was like,
It wasn't in your box or nothing, or?
no, I don't know what the hell I had to do, but I was kind of I remember I was in a rush. And I picked up what they had in my box. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, I'll pick that stuff up. Whatever. And I saw the heavy metal magazine on the rack, and I was like, oh shit. I picked it up, I flipped through it, I put it back down. I was like, is that new? And they were like, yeah. I was like, all right. I don't remember if I said hold that for me or not, but I did say I'm coming back for that. And they only had the one. And the guy was like, oh, all right, cool. And then I came back and gone. I was like, I said I was coming back for that. Damn it. It's hard to find good help nowadays, you know?
Yeah, it is.
It's funny. I'm brutal to people when I don't know them, especially if it's in a place that I go all the time. So like when they get new help, I'm rough on them. And I remember one of the guys that's there now that helps the owner out. Now I've known the owner since I was 14 years old. That's when he opened up his shop. But actually, that's when he opened it up where it is. But he was open before that for like 10 years too. So when he opened up, I've known him since then. This guy he just hired maybe has been with him now. I'd say maybe 5 years, 4 or 5 years. But when I first met him, I would come into the store and just talk to the owner, and this was like one of those nerdy guys that sits on the computer all day. He knows what he knows and really well, but he's really bad with everything else in life.
Yeah.
And you can tell he goes to the comic shop and then he goes right back into his basement when he gets home. So he was trying hard to like sell me stuff or whatever, be that guy, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, this is my comic shop, dude. I come in here, I know what I want. I'm gonna talk to the owner. And I was just kind of like, so I was kind of giving him the cold shoulder, like, get away from me, get away from me, get away. But I hadn't said anything to him yet. And then he comes to me again and he goes, he has that really, can I help you? Like almost like an Urkel voice.
Right.
And he's like, you might like this. Why don't you check out this book? You might. And I said, do you know me? And he goes, no. I said, so how would you know what I like? And he goes, right. I don't know. And I was like, all right. I said, do me a favor, go back down and sit over there. And I was like, because you smell horrible.
Oh,
and you're annoying me. And I turned to the owner and I was like, don't you bathe your help? Oh, dude, I was just brutal. I don't know. He caught me on a bad day or something. I was like,
right.
And now, like, we're cool. It's 5 years later, and it's just like, hey, what's going on? You know, but I never forget that day because I felt bad when I left. I was like, wow, I really fucking went off on the kid. But he just kept, like, coming, you know, like, take the hint, dude. I don't need your help.
Right. Trying too hard. And
he just kept coming back. And he really did stink, though, Levi. There was some fumes emanating off of him that he should have known about.
Yeah. Yeah, that I do not get. Because like, especially like at Comic Cons and stuff, like, come on, man.
Oh, jeez, dude.
You can't develop that kind of funk within the amount of time you've been in this building. You showed up with that funk.
That's your funk. You brought that with you. You sprayed it on before you left.
Yeah. Showers are a real easy thing.
And I think that I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that they shower. I just don't think anyone's ever told them about like deodorant.
All right.
Or antiperspirant or shampoo or any of those products. Shit, I'd be happy if they just rubbed a lemon under their armpits.
Right.
I know, like, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but like you're out all day, you're being active, or you're just in the sun walking or whatever, and then by like early afternoon, you just catch a whiff of yourself.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit. I'm like, that's me. I can acknowledge my own thing. So how come these people can't?
I don't know. They just get used to it, I suppose.
Oh god,
Or they don't care, or I don't know.
that's a horrible thing to have to get used to.
True. You know, people live in those hoarding houses.
Yeah,
And that's got to be really bad.
I mean, they're perfect candidates for those. You ever see the worst jobs? Those shows.
Yeah, Mike Rowe, yes.
And they like the one that I always remember that show for is the guys that go down and clean out the clogs in the sewer treatment plants.
Right.
So they're basically scuba diving and shit and piss and everything, and it's just like, just the thought of it alone makes me gag. I don't even understand how they can do it. I give them a lot of credit. Someone's got to do it, I guess, but they want to invent robots to do something. Make them do that.
Yeah, no shit. Get a remote control and stuff.
Yeah. No, they make them take away the good jobs, like building cars and stuff. They still let people dive into shit.
If I remember right, he did an episode of a job I actually had. That was hot tar roofing.
Yeah. Now I know that's a rough job, especially summertime, hot tar up on a roof, baking.
Yep.
And the smell. Well, even though it's not a unpleasant smell, it's a rough smell to breathe. That stuff to breathe in all day is bad.
Yeah.
But what? There was a question there. I don't remember what the hell it was. Like, so you've done it. So what would you say is the worst part of that? Doing that?
Okay, so I went on my crew. I went from, you start off on the kettle when you get hired, and then you make your way up all the way to mopping. So there's kettle, there's buckets of hot, and then there's a mopper, and then there's the safety monitor or the foreman. So, man, it's all got like crappy parts to it. Like the foreman, he wears the orange vest. He's literally just there. He's supposed to. If OSHA catches you working as the orange vest, you're in trouble. There's a fine. You're supposed to be there just to monitor.
Just to watch, yeah.
Yeah. The mopper, fuck, man. The end of that mop, like you've mopped regular stuff, but like throw a 20-pound weight at the end of it and try mopping.
Because the tar, yeah.
That's the tar. And then buckets of hot meant you were on the other end of the pipe with the rope. And when you needed, tar, you filled up 2 5-gallon buckets of, 10 buckets, and you walked them over to the mopper and you put it in the mop cart. So you were constantly going back and forth across the roof with, 2 5-gallon buckets of 500-degree product.
Gentlemen,
running the kettle, you have to actually open the lid and you're throwing in the bricks of tar.
I had to jump in here and add some destinations that were missing to the show.
What was missing?
The YouTube channel, the Madness YouTube channel, the Madness Twitch, the Madness everything was missing.
The Madness, all of it.
I gotta run over on my ex.
Well, I just added all the madness stuff so that it, the madness
Cool.
people are seeing it now too, right?
How you feeling? You sore from golfing?
A little bit.
How'd you do? You win?
What do you think?
Yeah.
You beat them all up again today?
They asked you how'd I do. Did I win?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It wasn't me. It was Dante. Just saying.
Got it.
It was Dante. He had a pretty good day. He didn't do bad. Fucking lit though, boy. Yeah, I was a little bit lit.
Nice.
I just got off the Foxhole Squares with everybody over there, and now I'm down in Elkhart with my dude, Mr. Fringe. We're going to the con in the morning,
Gotcha.
so I'm gonna stroll outside this hotel for a minute and hit this pipe thing, and then maybe I'll be back, guys.
All right. Well, we'll be here.
Gotcha.
So Billy Power Max says, it's
gotta
a
hit this pipe.
madhouse.
Oh, it's cold as fuck outside too. Yeah.
Well, that's why you're smoking. It'll keep you warm.
Keep you warm
Say what?
inside.
I said, that's why you're smoking. It'll keep you warm.
Yeah, it's pretty windy. It's pretty cold out there. Anyway, you guys have a great time. I may or may not be back.
Alrighty.
Thank you, Pops.
Later, Pops.
Be back. Bye.
So what's up, Billy? It's a damn madhouse. What happened to Christy? Christy, you still in the chat, or you just pop in and say what up and leave?
She just showed up to harass us.
She came after him, and she's chasing Wistmore on Substack. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
See.
You know what I heard on Thursday?
What happened?
What day was that? It was on. Well, I think it was Thursday on Christy's show. No, it was Wednesday on Doc's Coffee Shop. Christy's a dick stomper.
Christy's a dick stomper? What the hell's that even mean?
That'll bring her back in the chat.
Christy, I need you to come back because I lost my paper that had the scheduled time for me to be on your show. So you need to tell me when I'm supposed to be on your show.
No, Christy launched issue 25 of Flip City on the same night as Darren Wagner's. He got that Sasquatch book by John Dillard? And so he's like, oh yeah, sure, just step all over my dick.
Horrible. Poor form.
Like, oh man, you can't schedule anything around anybody else's stuff. You just got to schedule it when you can schedule it and just go.
Christy, come in here, explain yourself.
Yeah. You can't be like, oh, I can't run my show at this time. I can't launch it this time because so-and-so. Like, nah, you just got to be you. Do you. And
listen, Christy, it could be worse, Levi. So you could go on these shows and have them play other people's intros in your spot.
Oh, I know.
You know. I tell you, listen, I feel like Rodney Dangerfield sometimes, like, you know.
Yeah. That was so funny today.
And then she's like, you know what? We played yours at the beginning of the show. I was like, yeah, but there's no association with that.
Yeah.
As far as everybody's concerned, I'm friggin' Q.
Yep.
You know how much hate mail I got from Antarctica after that?
Stand up for your rights.
I thought it was funny too because I'm sitting there in the back room. She says, "Oh, we got someone here. We got to play the intro, whatever." And I'm like, "Cool." And then Q's intro comes on, and I'm like, "Oh wow, what's the chances me and Q jumped on at the same time?"
Right. You're halfway expecting Q to be on there when you show up too.
Right. Well, as soon as his intro ended, there I was. I was like, wait a minute. That wasn't my... I'm not Q. Oh, here it is. Christy.
Where are these other ones showing up on? Are these showing up on?
What was
Oh,
that?
hey, Christy. I'm trying to see where
Hey, Levi.
Powermax's comment. I was trying to see where Billy Powermax's comment was. Is he over on?
I'm seeing him in StreamYard, but it's not. It doesn't YouTube. It doesn't tell me where though. Who's?
Yeah, it's probably on Madness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so funny because when I came in and first looked at the screen and saw Billy Powermax, I was like, oh, he's here. Billy Powermax. I've never met him.
No, gotcha.
Obviously not.
I've seen him in chats and conversation, like what do you call them? Oh, damn it! Like
panels,
the message boards and stuff like that. I've seen him in chats on streams, but I don't think. I might have and just don't remember. But I don't think I ever met him. We've met, he says. So my memory sucks, unless he's talking to you, Christy, and in which case my memory's fine.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to know. I kept track for the longest time of everybody I met on streams, and then I just started going on more and more streams, and I've started forgetting people I've met. So I'm sorry, Billy, if we've met. Hello, where did we meet? Tell me.
Wismore, who's good at promos? Because I think I suck. Is it?
I know. Is it Billy Powermax? You're writing that Rev book with Stephen B.
I think it's this. Is this what he's talking about? He's writing Bad Moon, Tortured Souls.
It could be. I think his books are going to be coming out with Dark Gift. If I'm wrong, say I'm wrong, man. Yep, Dark Gift streams. Yeah.
Oh, this is.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Dark Gift stream.
Anthony.
So wait, so Billy, you're putting a book out under Dark Gifts thing?
Okay, so he's making fun of you?
I don't know.
Were you promoting something?
It's a damn madhouse.
Yeah, Stephen B's doing the last days of the Bad Moon with him. I've seen some artwork on that. It had this gigantic freaking like deer elk thing. It was like huge.
Yeah,
and a bunch of people
we looked at that today, right?
Yeah, today. Yeah. Where'd we see that at? Was that on the draw stream earlier?
Yeah, that was on the draw stream. I don't. It was Doc that brought it up because he's doing the lettering.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, I've decided I'm a letterer now. Hire me.
You're hired because I don't like doing it.
What's your page rate?
Hey, Zaff, if you wanted to give me a test page or two, for me just to try and see what you think, I'd do it for free. You know.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
With like serious like feedback and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Give me feedback.
I would absolutely give you serious feedback. I'd be like, "This is shit. What are you doing?"
Yeah, do it. I don't get yelled at nearly enough. Only by our customers once in a while. But my husband's way too nice to me.
I thought it was so good. I used it for my bird cage. Okay, so the book is in the lettering stage now. Can check out my art. My Instagram for art. Nice.
You got a wrench, Billy. Drop the link, man.
Yeah, Joan of Arc is a character in it. Oh. Very nice. Very nice.
So Billy's the writer and Steven's the artist?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'll remember that from now on, Billy.
Lettering is fun, but my wife is better at it than I am, so she gets to have fun. I'm reading it and I didn't put it up there. amateurish. That's cool. Nice. Christy, did you see the were you on in the chat when I showed the Pink Panther?
Are you talking about today on your stream?
Yeah, I showed it.
No,
it's a little bit.
I turned the stream off for a little bit and was cleaning, and then I'm like, I should go hang out for a little bit.
Because it was only blue lines on your.
I know. I'm so excited.
But it's still in the early stages, but at least you could see them better now.
Hey, embiggenate yourself.
Let me.
And then I'll embiggenate here.
This is as embiggenated as I can get.
Yeah.
So, if you see the sign, it's push pull, your choice. It has the half man, half lady sign. The big question mark above the door.
Oh, that's funny.
But he's sweating. He really.
Yes, I see.
He really has to go. We got the legs crossed.
Oh my God.
I might put a little puddle forming under him, but then in the background,
that's
you're gonna
hilarious.
have the background is the regular male and female room. So.
Oh wow! I'm so. I was stoked when I kind of zoomed in because it was blue lines, so it was hard to tell earlier today, and I'm like, is that Pink Panther with a tail between his legs?
Yeah.
That is awesome, dude! I can't wait to see everything.
How's it going, RJ?
Hey, what's up, RJ? Oh, let's throw. Billy has thrown some links here.
Hello, RJ.
This looks like Billy's Instagram for the artwork, I guess.
I see.
Yes.
And then is this?
I thought I was already following Stephen B over there. Apparently, I wasn't.
These are two different ones, but they're both Instagram, so I don't know what's on what. But go check out both of them. The links are in the chat, and see what it is. And if it's midget pony porn, I mean, we endorse that too, but whatever.
Hey, Christy,
I think you had it, Billy, but you're welcome anyway. I'll take credit for that.
Hey, Zaff.
Let me unbiggenate me. There you are.
Oh, don't unbiggenate because Scott just walked in, and I want him to see the Pink Panther.
Oh, hold on. Let me get the Pink Panther back out. Excuse me while I whip this out. There it is.
Nice.
Yeah, I'll do the close-up.
Push or pull. I love it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you
Nice.
for
You're
showing
welcome.
it again.
You're welcome. I need like a big bottle of WD-40. This chair is the noisiest chair I've ever owned.
adds to the ambiance.
Instagram is a wild place. Why? What's going on over there? Crazy parties? Red t-shirt contests? Bull riding? What's going on? I need to know.
Oh, by the way, okay, since there's a lull in conversation, I did want to talk to you guys about the brilliance of Substack. Because,
Oh, yeah.
dude, seriously, if you are looking to build any kind of social media platform, use Substack and focus on that. And then use Twitter, for whatever your musings or things like that. But I'd love to see Substack get more artists on it. another thing is there's so many writers on Substack. You could network with writers and probably get commission work for covers and interiors and stuff like that for novels.
So let me ask you a question though, because this is the problem, and I mentioned it earlier when I was all by myself on here. So let me say it again. I have no problem using anything new. I just need to. So like you did exactly what I get from a lot of people, but I don't get the answers as to how to actually do it. Like, so if I go on Substack, I create an account there. How am I using that to build these things?
So it's kind of similar to a social media platform. And believe me, I'm still learning, because what I did was I was able to get a lot of quote unquote subscribers on my Substack because I have a large email list. So I imported it into Substack and then sent everybody an email from Substack telling them this is how we're now distributing our newsletter so that they would stay on our mail list. Right. And now as far as building your audience, we've been picking up subs here and there. It's like some people will recommend your Substack. So there's networking in that way. And probably also very helpful is to go and comment on other people's articles, just like you would on any social media. Mm-hmm. So that they might look at your profile, networking as well, follow your friends' Substacks, they'll follow you back, interact with one another. But what I love about it, it's like being able to distribute your newsletter for free. And it's not such a big deal when you have a small mail list, because you can always like get your emails in the free plan, whatever free plan you sign up for in MailChimp or whatever. But when you have a large email list, then you have to start paying money to send emails. That's the main reason we started doing Substack. And the longer I've been over there, the happier I am with it, because it literally was just going to be a free way for us to distribute our newsletter, but it's also a way for people to discover what Flip City is. And we just opened our monetization about 6 weeks ago, and we already have 4 paid subscribers on Substack. Nice. So that feels good too.
Now, do you have to be at a certain thing there to get your monetization, just like everywhere else? No,
okay. You can open it immediately.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, you just have to have a Stripe account.
It does sound to me, which I do. It does sound to me though like it's geared towards more for writers, and that's probably why they're there more than artists, because you can put writings in there, like you could show your stuff easier, get it, like you said, put your newsletter out there to more people, when as opposed to artwork. I don't know. It seems like a little bit more of a different beast.
Well, to tell you the truth, in fact, I could even show you guys how it works a little if you want to. But it's super simple to add images to your Substack page. Like say you're using like a Word document to type some shit out, but you want to insert a picture. Right. It works just like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
but it would be good for like an artist. Okay, let's just go with what I'm doing because it's relevant. I'm putting out a book. For me, it would basically be like an advertisement spot. No.
Yeah, I mean, yes. However, you probably won't build your Substack very well. Right. By doing only promos. You'd want to do something at least fun. So, like spoilers, like, oh, I've got this new piece of art done.
Right.
Which isn't just a promo. That it literally is, your product and what you're doing. Right. So,
that's one of the things, too, that I find is hard for an artist, because so if I was to compare artists and writers, I think once a writer writes a book or an article or whatever it is, it's easy for them to take segments of that and post it as a promo, or a quotation from it and post it as a promo, or give people a little something in advance, as rather than an artist who, it takes a day to do a page at best, and a lot of times in the crowdfunding scene more, because you're doing all these other things too. It's hard to give exclusives when it comes to art, especially if you're doing it in multiple places. So like right now for this campaign coming up, I have 2 exclusive pieces I have to do for different things. Like if you sign up early and then back it, you get something. And if you subscribe to my website and back it, you get something. So that's 2 exclusives right there. So to keep doing exclusives for other areas, it becomes kind of a chore, because now you don't want to give everything away through various areas and other social media places, but you also don't want to keep doing extra work, like, oh, I'll draw this picture if you refer over here so people can get that.
Well, so are you telling me you're doing 2 different exclusive things for people doing 2 different things? One is an exclusive for the signups, and one's an exclusive for what else? One's
an exclusive for the pre-launch signups. So if you sign up on the pre-launch for Indiegogo and Kickstarter, and then you actually back it after, you'll get this with your rewards. You'll get a print, and then if you subscribe to my website and then back it, you will also get another exclusive item.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not reusing. So it's going to be 2 different exclusive items.
Right. So it's making people do things, because what I want ultimately is to try and get. So if you go on Kickstarter, you go on Indiegogo, and you're brought there by this stream or by just seeing it there, this kind of makes you want to go and subscribe to the website, or you know what I'm saying? It makes you want to do the other thing for that extra exclusive, and it helps me build up my mailing list.
Well,
which one did I get? Because I fall into that category. I signed up for something and I got some free.
Yeah, that's the left in the left hand.
This one.
That was the freebie for signing for the website and then backing.
Gotcha. We're doing the same thing on ours. Where if you signed up for our newsletter and you back the campaign, and you get a free sketch card.
Now those things are truly exclusive. Like you won't see me. You might see someone else selling it, but you ain't gonna see me selling any more of those. Like they're not for sale. They won't be at a convention. They won't be. All the exclusives are exactly that. They're exclusive.
So are you telling me you don't get people's email? Like you won't be able to see it when they're signing up for the pre-launch? So you're not able to collect the emails?
No, I will for the pre-launch. I want them to sign up for the pre-launch. That's why there's an exclusive there. But I also want them on my website too, because
just import them to your website.
I can import the emails, but I want them to be on there as well. Like I want them to actually be subscribed.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be subscribed if you import the emails, wouldn't it, to your site?
It would give me the emails. I don't know if it would give them
like member access or whatever. Of course, I don't know exactly how your website
that's what I'm saying. I just would rather they go over there and sign up for the website.
Well, you're a very nice fellow for giving people a bunch of shit. Yeah. You're like, please follow me.
You're all gonna get the shit.
Yeah.
I got it.
The poop to pop.
Yeah, I found out recently, I was talking, not recently, it was earlier this year. So we have, to get people to sign up for our email list, we give them a 60-page digital Flip City. And I'm having a really hard time converting the people that grabbed that free magazine. And I was talking to my publishing consultant, and the way we give it away is they actually have to quote unquote purchase it from our store, Then we get their email, blah, blah, blah. They get the free digital. But the way my publishing consultant described it to me, he's like, it's kind of like psychologically, these people that went and purchased and did the thing, it's like it gave them that feeling of completion and satisfaction, and like they don't have to do anything more for you. And so he suggested we take that down and figure out a new way. Like, don't give away too much. And I'm like, okay.
So was it the 60 pages then? So that was definitely a part of it?
Yeah, so my whole marketing concept on it was we would make a free, simple sampler that people can flip through directly on our website. But in that sampler, there's a ton of links saying, and portions of content covered saying, hey, if you want the full thing, click this link and get the super sampler. Yeah. So I'm thinking I don't know. I still don't even know how I'm gonna fix it. But yeah, I think maybe 60 pages might be a lot to give away. But we have so much.
68 pages is a lot to give away.
Yeah, I mean, but we have so much fucking content. It's like that's nothing to us. We have over 1,000 pages.
I was thinking two different things on this because ours is 16 pages, and then I always hated the fact that like didn't matter how many. You were constantly making new business cards, and it didn't matter how many business cards you printed. It didn't seem like it improved your numbers that much. Like it was because you're like because somebody was always walking away from your table with at least a free business card. So I'm sitting there thinking, like, does that count towards that psychology thing? Like they figure, I took his card, that's good enough. Like maybe I shouldn't be giving out my card to everybody.
This is
the thing with marketing too, to never forget, is people need to hear it at least 7 times before taking any kind of action.
Right.
But the best thing you can do is get their contact information.
Yes.
Like email lists, because then you have a direct way of them seeing Galaxy Memorial Park directly in their mailbox, their email. Right. However many times you guys send out emails. I mean, that is the end goal, is getting the email, not the end goal. That is the funnel you want them in, is getting their direct contact information.
To get the contact, yeah. So one of the things I was thinking, and this is it's on topic, but it's off the email list thing for a second. A lot of people have been talking about, and I maybe you guys know the name of it, but there's a comic thing where people have been putting up anime and other things for free, like issues of books for free to bring people in and get their crowd together and whatever. I was thinking of doing once this trilogy wraps up is to do like 3-page at a time shorts each week of the previously released books while I move forward with the full campaign, like crowdfunding campaigns for the next one over there, just to try to get more people interested from over there and increase my my mailing list and all that stuff at the same time, with offering those 3 pages each week for free of the old book. Yeah. And it's just digital. It's not, you're not getting anything hard copy. It's just digital. It's free. You can read it while it's there and then have it come down after a while, But I figured,
I had a friend that kind of did that business model with his Catbeard the Pirate, where he was, it was what was that? It was either weekly page or 2 or 3 pages a week, but he would do that, and it was a continuing story. He gave out 1 page a week, and then I think by the end of the time the year was passed, he had enough for a collected story. And then he crowdfunded the book after that, and it crowdfunded. I want to say he was successful. Last I heard was like on the first 3 campaigns, so it didn't matter that he gave it away for free.
Well, that's what I want to do. So once I'm done with this trilogy and I'm campaigning for the first book of the next trilogy, that's when I'm thinking of doing it, because you have to have a backlog to be able to do something like that. And it has to be older, not current. Otherwise you're cutting off your nose to spite your face. But I figured I'd do that, and then maybe by doing that, grow the interest in the current book. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, because while there's some people, you know, you're gonna have some people that'll just sit there and be content and wait a year or two to see it that way, 3 pages at a time. But then you're also gonna get people that are like, oh, this is really cool. I like it. I got to get the new one now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I don't think it's gonna drive people away from your campaigns, and I'm hoping it'll bring some in. So it's something I'll try. You know, once I do the first book that way, if I don't see a growth, I'll stop it.
And I'm sorry, where were you going to release that?
I don't know the name of it. It's like one of those. Marvel or DC is doing business with them now. I can't remember.
Is
the
it
name.
Global Comics?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you know you can monetize over there too.
Yeah. So, but what it is a lot of people, you can monetize over there, but I don't know how you monetize because I haven't signed up there. But a lot of people are giving stories away, older ones, or, you know, they just have so many going on that they have the ability to give stuff away for free. And they've claimed that it helps them grow their following.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying, like, once I have this whole trilogy in the bag, plus the anthology that I had already done, once all that, I have that library to draw from, I might do like a 3-page a week or 3-page a month thing over there, and for free, and see if it drives up my subscribes or, you know, my mailing list. So anything, you know what I'm saying? Maybe bring them over to Kickstarter for the new stuff that I'm doing.
I just dropped mine in the chat. My free one over at Globix.
All right.
I got one there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I might open it up now, just like, you know, tomorrow or something, just to get my feet wet and see what it's all about. Hold on, I'm gonna post that, but let me go back because I've been very negligent in the chat over here. So where did I leave off? Thanks for ranch.
Also, hello, Matthew Craig.
Okay,
Hey,
so
Matthew.
RJ has a Substack, so I remember putting this up. So RJ, you have a Substack, so I'm gonna open up a Substack and I'm gonna ask to steal all your people, if that's okay with you. He uses a landing page and mailing list. All right. We have Billy Powermax. He's writing another book about an emotionally, I like this, I read this before, unstable cop who takes the inner city gang when they kidnap his blind cat. Those bastards. Right now, the book is titled Lunatic. Then we have Edwin, who I hope he's still around, but
Hail, Edwin.
Hail Peeps. Hail Edwin. Edwin, come on
Edwin?
In. Listen, anyone in this chat that is an artist of sorts, if you draw in toilet bowls and stuff, like, you know, come on in.
Or you can just blab like Christy.
Yeah. Come in and
you know what,
Christy.
Zaff? You know, when you said you've been neglecting the chat, and I'm like, dude, I really should just sit here and read the chat to you guys while I'm here, so you can keep working.
I get so little done on my own draw stream. It's amazing. I'll figure it out one day. All right. Billy finished The Last Days of the Bad Moon 2 years ago. And then we have, how do we say it? Is Crikey? Is that how we say? How do we say that?
I think it's Craig. I think it is
Matthew Craig.
Yeah.
Yes.
I keep reading it. It's Matthew Crikey. What up, Matthew? Thank you for joining us again. Always a pleasure. It's strange and cool watching other people work on something I wrote 2 years ago. Oh, that is pretty cool. And that brings us to. Oh wait, I'm getting good advice tonight. I'm not writing any of it down. I'm just drinking Wistmore, and
It's okay.
You can
We'll repeat ourselves.
rewatch the stream and take notes.
I'm starting to feel like Wistmore's treating me like Joe Pesci, and I'm like, what am I, a clown? I make you laugh? No. And then here it is, Levi's Global Comics. Go check it out, sign up, subscribe, and then I'm gonna steal them all.
Go read it. I'm like a drug dealer. I'll give you the first 16 for free.
That's it. Get you hooked.
Yep.
Then he gonna pimp you out later.
That's right.
You gonna be his bitch.
You be coming back like, did they ever find Michael? What happened to the kid? What happened to him?
All right, Christy, you need to explain what the hell I'm looking at here.
Oh,
Is
I
some
was
dude
done.
on fire with a tinfoil hat?
Is that
Oh, are
Mel
you talking
Brooks?
about me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Looks like-
Icon. Your
you know,
avatar.
yeah, I actually use him a lot on I use him on all my thumbnails, but if you were able to see the full illustration, he's basically an Illuminati guy reading a Flip City magazine.
Oh shit.
One of our illustrators did it for us, gosh, I think 3 years ago, and I cut him out of the illustration because he's with another 2 Illuminati guys with in tinfoil hats doing shit.
Yeah.
But I cut this guy out because I love him, and I actually use him a lot. So he's a PNG, and I put him all over the place. He's part of my branding now.
It's cool. I've seen it a bunch of times, and I was like, what's going on in this picture? Usually, it's never this big when I see it. It's usually just like like that. So, and I'm like,
it reminds me.
Looks like a dude getting a facial.
Reminds me of Mel Brooks.
A dude getting a facial, like in a dirty way.
No. Oh wow.
No.
Oh, because of the steam.
I don't know what kind of parties you go to. No, this like it's just like the steam, and he's got this thing around his neck, and got the hat on.
Well, that's a robe. It's a red robe. So yeah, I guess it kind of. Now I'm never gonna not see that.
Looks like he's taking a steam. You know what I'm saying?
Also, Cosmic Grandpa checking in saying, and we're drawing at midnight with music notes. I don't know what tune that would be sung to.
Oh, that's what we do. We draw at midnight and beyond.
After midnight.
Those are some shades, man. Let me tell you. Cosmic Grandpa, I like the look.
That might even be his carbon fiber fedora he's wearing.
Ah.
Hey, Stephen B's here.
What up, Stephen? Stephen, you welcome to come in if you want.
What's up, Stephen?
All are welcome.
If we get Stephen in here, we probably get Billy Max to come in too.
You know what? Let me do this real quick because I have to take a nature break. So I'm gonna throw up a quick ad, but if I'm not back in time, Levi, get you if you want, we can put your campaign up and show people that real quick when I get back.
All right, cool.
So I'm gonna I'm gonna torture people with this.
Anyway, everybody get on Substack and let's start making a nice artist movement over there. That's what I'd like to see.
Hey, JD's over there.
All right, I'm back.
Have you found JD over there yet, Christy?
If I don't have a direct link, I probably have not.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I have a feeling after RJ posted his Substack link. I have a feeling I am already following him, but I need to log into my Substack.
Whisper was saying it's a hopping night. I would hop in, but I'm hitting the bed soon. Well, you should probably try and just lay in it. Hitting it ain't gonna do nothing. Woo! Hails.
Yeah, I follow.
All right. So did you got that?
Oh
To
shit.
share?
Yeah. I will get that up. Sorry, man.
What are you drinking tonight, Zaff?
Same thing I drink every night.
I don't know what that is.
I love this stuff, man. It's good. It's bad for me, but it's good. Not your father's root beer, it's called.
Oh.
It's
very sweet.
It's sweet, but it's 5.9% alcohol, so it's a little bit stronger than a regular beer, but not as strong as some of the strong beers.
Right. And much tastier than an IPA.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, what the fuck am I doing?
What the fuck are you doing? Do you want me to bring your campaign up? I'll bring it up and I'll scroll it for you.
Please, I'm like I'm not logged in over there. I'm trying to like log in on my laptop. I'm like the laptop's
no.
connected.
Don't worry, I'll go over
All
and
right.
get your campaign for you.
What the
It's
hell?
late. It's late.
It's
Me no talk good.
me no talkie.
Yeah, I was actually searching for the window. I'm like,
Yeah.
where in the hell is the share screen button at? I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not even in the fucking studio over here.
Cosmic G. That it is good. It tastes so scrumptious, and it's hard to drink regular beer after that. I mean, I still do, but these are my chill at home beers. I'll have one or two when I get home from work. But when I do this draw stream, since it's what I have in the house, that seems to be what I drink all night. I might get something a little lighter for these streams because this is kind of heavy shit.
Okay, I have the screen ready. If you just and both of you guys, if you want me to direct me to share things, I will, and you guys can keep working.
Yeah, if you can pull up my IGG and my Kickstarter sign-up pages, we'll do those next. But I'll put this up for Levi now.
Okay, I did start on the home page only because me and Levi are almost next door neighbors.
Nice.
Over there. So, and we're at the top of the page, so that's cool.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Yeah, you are almost neighbors. Who the hell's in between? No, they got some.
The newsprint guy. I think it's Peter.
Yeah, Peter Samedi.
Peter got some damn nerve being in between you two like that.
I know, right?
Some damn nerve.
He's trying to like muscle his way into our little family.
Hold on. Totally. Is this Wismore's Substack? Is that what's going on here?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Listen, everybody with a Substack that wants me to follow them, email me your thing after you go and subscribe to my website.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's good looking stuff, man.
All right.
I like it.
So, Levi, do you want to talk about your campaign as I scroll it and tell me how to scroll?
Sure. It's Galaxy Memorial Park. It's a story about shoot.
Want me to pitch for you?
Sure, go for it.
Okay, Galaxy Memorial Park is basically a now I'm gonna fuck it up. It's a story. It's a story. Oh, read it. Okay, yeah, I'll just read the campaign.
Read the campaign. Jay did an awesome job.
Galaxy Memorial Park is a cemetery for superheroes from across the decades and around the world. It's the final resting place for those who gave their lives to save others. But superpowered intrigue doesn't stop at the grave. Though the park is well protected, malicious minds are planning evil through the memories of heroes long gone. And so it's a bunch of it starts off. Is this the first page?
Yeah.
Levi,
yeah,
the first image.
Yes.
And that's
Yeah, that
a
opens up
father or
that's a retired superhero, a grandfather taking his grandkids to the park. So
and
we
telling
talk about
stories.
and telling stories. Yeah, so basically it has a frontline story where we're telling one story about the park and how it is an adventure up front, and then when we go into the park and we visit different monuments and locations and stuff, we go into a flashback scene. In volume one, that's available right now, I take care of all the flashback scenes, but in the following volumes, 2, 3, and 4, the flashback scenes are done by different artists, similar to what I'm doing right now. I'm working on Dio's flashback scene. So there's background on the characters through flashbacks, and then a story up front. So the basics of the park is we always say, like, if Peter Parker passed away, he would want Mary Jane to be able to visit his grave without being harassed by the Green Goblin. So one of the things that the park does is it protects the loved ones that come and visits the monuments. It knows you by your fruits. You can't do evil inside the park. So what the first chapter shows is right, the first 16 pages we give away in that free over on Globix. Grandfather loses one of the grandkids in the park. So that's kind of your first hint that something's wrong inside the park, like something has happened to somebody that shouldn't have. So that's basically where I leave you on the free comic book, on that cliffhanger. It's like, does Grandpa find his grandson? And we've created a universe just to kill like basically half of them, but we know we have Bibles on these characters, and like, for instance, we give you hints in the story that, Grandpa is a former retired superhero. His son was a superhero, so their father, that father has passed away, and their mother, who was also a retired superhero, doesn't want her kids to follow in the footsteps of like the family tradition. So, chapter one is kind of a take on a military family. Like father served, grandfather served, son served, and then eventually somebody's like, enough is enough. So not only has Grandpa taken these kids to a park where their mom doesn't really want them to go, but now he's lost one of the kids inside the park. So, and these grandkids have not ever even seen their grandfather use his powers. He's been that disciplined about it.
And Levi, I just want to remind you, what would JD say? Are you giving any spoilers away?
No, I'm not. Nope.
Well,
I
listen,
want to make sure.
I love spoilers. I do.
if anyone's out there right now, go and back this gentleman, because after I just backed it, he is probably one backer away from hitting his goal.
Awesome, Zaf. Thank you so much, man.
If you refresh that, you'll see the difference.
Okay, let's see. Da 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 da. Oh. 15 backers at
Nice.
$676.97 funded.
Nice. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
That's $14, you guys, and Levi makes goal. That would be rad if you made goal on this stream tonight.
Yeah, one backer away. Let's make it happen. Somebody dig deep.
Do you remember your heroes? We do. Honor, duty, self-sacrifice. These are qualities heroes have. But why do heroes do what they do? Why do they choose to put themselves in harm's way for the sake of someone else? And what happens to those who are left behind when that self-sacrifice becomes final? And that's your bug.
Yeah. Silver Bug. Yeah. Yeah. Cynthia. So when you watch, Jay bases all of his characters on movie stars, right? Like, she will look like so and so, and just to give you a reference. And so every time we watch Young Sheldon, Cynthia Silverbug is played by Grandma on Young Sheldon. But yeah, so she's
the
there
chick
as
from Roseanne.
It's the grandmother.
Oh, the grandmother. I can't remember who she is.
She played the secretary in Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's who Silverbug is based on. Basically, the secretary from Ghostbusters. Just this bubbly little perky, she's kind of
but a little sassy.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. So she has a lot of fun beating up these bartenders, these mobsters in the bar scene that I'm working on right now. Yep. So by the time we meet her, she shows up in volume 1, of course, and then again in volume 3, and we find out that she's a retired soccer mom. She's given it up, and she's kind of she wears a suit to work now, a different kind of suit. And she's head of HR of a company, and
Wait a minute. She's a soccer mom giving it up? What's she doing?
she gave up being a superhero.
I didn't know it was that kind of book.
Yeah. Well, she did have kids. I mean,
That's true. That's true. She gave it up somewhere.
When your parents sleep real close together, right? Something magical happens. And then a storm shows up. And a bird shows up with a big blanket and a baby in it. Yeah.
Is that what you originally told your kids, Levi? When mom and dad sleep real close.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. I just tell them, that urge you got to touch it? Don't.
Yeah. Remember, so Silverbug, you made fun of me because I couldn't. I had to recross her legs at the bench.
Yes.
You remember that? Where
I only mentioned it because you were having a problem with it. And you kept mentioning it, and what'd you do? You asked your wife about it, or she mentioned it or something?
Yeah, she's like, ladies don't sit like that. They cross their legs.
And then you were like, damn it.
Yeah. Now I gotta cross the girl's legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spent years trying to get them uncrossed now.
Yeah.
Oh, boys.
She's sitting in the park waiting for her husband to show up. They're going to have a picnic, and she's on the phone, and she's got to fire a guy because he's an alcoholic.
Oh.
Yeah. So she wears a different kind of suit and still has the same kind of problems.
So who's this character?
That is Half-Lifer. And Half-Lifer is a character designed to tell a lot of the backstory for Grandpa himself. Half-Lifer is an extremely powerful character in the series. He's passed away. He's got a monument inside the park. That's why we're talking about him. And it's a way for Grandpa to explain to his kids the amount of fun he used to have. And even though he wasn't on the same level as this individual, they still kind of poked at each other. Very similar to the relationship that the Human Torch and the Thing have, where they're constantly playing kind of jokes on each other.
And he kind of looks a little Thing-like in the face area.
Yeah,
That's
very much
reminding me of.
Yep.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Man.
Did you follow any of the 90s books, like the Image books when they came out?
Oh yeah. Yep.
You remember Dooms 4?
Yes. Yeah.
He looks like his face looks like the character from that book. I forget what the guy's name was, but yeah, that's what it reminded me of.
Got you.
Now these are cool. What are these guys?
Those are the Storm Kings, I think is what Jay called them. So this is a flashback scene as we're telling the story of Half-Lifer. He kind of moves through. He's like our Incredible Hulk type character, where he kind of wanders around. He's really misunderstood. People don't trust him because he's so powerful. So they think he's on the side of evil, but he always ends up doing good. And in one of the adventures, the Storm Kings show up and pass judgment on Phoenix, Arizona, and he's there to defend it. So it's simply a flashback scene.
They pass judgment on the whole state.
Yeah.
They were like, we're not judging humankind. We're just judging Arizona.
Yeah, just Arizona. I think that's what it was. Arizona or Tucson, or it was some city down in the Midwest. Yeah, because it was a desert scene, I remember. And you got the lightning guy, you got the snow guy, you got the wind guy.
Yeah.
So the weather was all messed up in a state that's usually beautiful.
That's funny.
Snow in Arizona.
Now, see, this I like that. I like this when someone does this. That detail on that city, that little photograph of the city, is cool. You get the winter effect. You see the wind. You just feel everything there, and it's done really nice.
Thanks, man.
I like it. Listen, people, go back it now. It's $15. One book, not a lot of choices. And it's 68 pages.
Yep.
68 pages. You ain't getting that anywhere else. 68 pages of comic story. Woo!
For $15.
For $15, no cent.
You go back this one, you got the privilege of saying, I helped fund this officially. You get that camp, that one that puts us over the edge.
That's it.
Yep. So here's another flashback scene where basically where grandfather's kind of strutting his stuff a little bit, and he's basically when JD described Grandpa as a young kid, he's we get to see him from like 14 to 21, so to speak. He's like it's Maverick from Top Gun. This is the attitude that he should have. So this is just one of those scenes where Pops or Grandpa is basically bragging, about a huge event that happened, and he's part of this story. It's part of the free comic book over there, the 16 pages. It explains how in this adventure right here, Grandpa got a little cocky, and those plant people overtook him, and were getting ready to kill him. And Half-Lifer stepped in and saved him, and took him to the ER to save his life. So so it was a way for grandfather to tell his grandkids in the story, like, yeah, he was. Some people didn't think he was a hero, but he was my hero in that instance. Yeah, I think this is JD hating on Cincinnati, Ohio, I think.
Who's that up front? 50 Cent with a Gatling gun? What's going on there?
Yeah, that's I think JD calls him. I think he's called Gunbelt, if I remember right.
I like the character to the right of him with the funky hair.
The one holding the staff, or the one down front?
Yeah, the one holding the staff.
Yeah, so that is Moon Maiden. She's the most important character in the entire series.
What's her name?
Moon Maiden.
Moon Maiden.
Yeah, it's all her fault. That and the individual right in front of her with the Gambit haircut.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's oh crap, I'm blanking on his name. It's their biggest villain.
Oh, he's a villain?
Yeah, not right there. He's not. Right there, he's a teammate. Yeah, he's a teammate right there. Oh my God, he takes things apart at the atomic level. Shit. Anyway, so Moon Maiden comes from a race of aliens that have to cover themselves from head to toe, because when another alien species or off-worlder comes onto their world, if they see their skin, number one, it drives them absolutely insane, but then it also causes immaculate conception, to where yes, she breeds superheroes. Right, so you can see why it's absolutely important for her to be covered up from head to toe.
Yeah,
and to even be off world, like intermixing with an alien race, taking a chance like that,
That's funny.
And well, she's betrayed by a teammate, and she ends up pregnant. And the problem is when you're birthing these super beings, it puts you out at the top of the evolutionary scale for that species. And with her dad already having a cosmic level power, the baby was born just being godlike. So, in the battle of the park, she gave birth, and it wiped out half the city, wiped out the entire park, and killed half the superhero population.
Jeez.
Yeah, so it's all her fault.
But buy the book anyway, even though he just told you all about it. No.
Yeah. So the city blows up, the park explodes, and picture it like Central Park on Manhattan Island, right? There's one side there's a city, and the other side there's an ocean. And one of the characters, only 3 characters survive, and one of the characters is an AI-5 robot, and what its powers are is it collects things to increase its mass and gets stronger that way, but the bigger it gets, the slower it gets, because the AI has to control all these different parts. So when the park exploded, it caused a giant, it blew the ocean away, and the ocean had to return in a gigantic tsunami wave, and to wipe out anybody that survived, they were going to drown. So the AI-5 robot started collecting all the debris and formed itself into we refer to it as several things, as a wall, a dam, or a levee. And so on one side of the park, this AI-5 robot transforms itself into a dam or a wall to protect the oncoming tsunami coming back. And because it grew so large, it fell asleep. So visually, when you see the park, on one side of it, there's this gigantic wall, seawall, and then on the other side of it is the city that's been rebuilt.
And so that wall is a superhero, still just sitting there all
Just
the time.
it is a former AI-5 robot. Think of
A robot.
AI-5 as like as Voltron, like it was 5 different robots that came together to form one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just sitting there sleeping, and
Wow.
it's part of the protection of the park. That would be what you would say as like the main part with the what we call the Watchman protocols, where you can't go in this park and do evil. Whereas another, it does have another one that wasn't like the wall takes care of the park on purpose. The other defense system doesn't really know what it's doing. We have a section of the park that's like the Redeemers, where you have villains that occasionally will fight on the side of good in these large conflicts. Well, what if they pass during a redemption arc? Well, they would get buried in the park in a special section. So one of these characters is a character, the Greensman, and the Greensman is a like poison ivy. I control plant life and stuff. And he was married to a fellow, or not a fellow, a female, but a another. He was basically married to poison ivy. Okay, another female plant control thing. And when the park exploded, he lost his wife, and he basically heard every single plant scream in his head all at once and die. So it drove him insane.
Oh shit.
So we have this what we call as the greensman. He basically walks around just taking care of the park, making sure this plant grows and that plant grows, but he doesn't talk or interact with anybody. He's just this automaton that just wanders through the park, not sleeping, not eating, not doing anything.
Wow, almost like he's making up for
Yes.
the
Yep.
sin.
So
Yeah.
so the current time portion of this story is the life after all this stuff, but the action, the main part of the story, is being seen through flashbacks.
Yes. So a lot of the action will take place in flashbacks until later on, when the frontline story accumulates to its apex.
Right.
So what
That's
you
cool.
see, so the frontline story. Here's the spoiler, JD. The frontline story is these two individuals right here that are standing in front of Moon Maiden's memorial. They are so the father of the baby, he didn't die. He survived, and he's been kept in by the government in a medically induced coma inside a facility. And these two right here are starting a rumor that Moon Maiden also didn't die, and that she's actually encased in her memorial as punishment by her people.
Be my next question: is she really dead?
I won't say.
That would be too huge of a spoiler.
Yeah.
Well, because she has the ability to give birth to these beings that are, like he said, like one of them is godlike, and so
her whole race has that ability. So
right.
even
So I would think there's a certain amount of power that they hold naturally to be that type of, you know what I'm saying? Like if you can give birth to it, you must have some sort of ability yourself.
Yeah, they're pretty badass. And there's a yin and a yang. Like we refer to these. One of the reasons they keep themselves completely covered up is because they're so beautiful. And so their arch enemies are a race that keeps themselves covered up because they're so ugly.
See, I knew I liked the character for a reason when I saw it.
What, Moon Maiden?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you
Well, yeah,
have
I picked her. I picked her out of that big montage. I was like, that's a cool looking character.
you have the alien race, right? So you have the sci-fi angle of it. You know, the big Odyssey galaxy thing going on, and then another character we have in there is our necromancer who has the ability to raise the dead. So you have an angle there where there's a possibility of a Walking Dead angle.
All right. So is there only in the current part of the story, the current timeline, is there only a few of these people left, or are they all still around mostly?
It's kind of half and half. We didn't
Oh.
really. We created 100 characters, over 100 characters, and we kind of knew which ones we needed to do the story,
Right.
and which ones were like okay to just like okay, we really don't need him, but a comic book universe always has a character like that. So we were more than likely to go okay, since you're just a normal universal thing like Plastic Man, Stretch Man, Mr.
Right.
Fantastic, there's the rubber dude, you
Right.
know.
Right.
You're like, okay, like I can't think of why we would use him in the story, so let's just off him and give him a memorial, you know.
It's just whack. We don't
Yeah,
need them, so whack
we
'em.
don't need him.
That's funny. No, it sounds cool. It definitely reminds me of something that I really liked, but I can't for the life of me think what the story was.
Yeah,
But
I'm glad because
yeah, it's
it's
not that the story is similar. It's that the way you guys are telling it is similar. With the people in the here and now are dealing
Mhm,
with a situation that you don't really know what it is, and then
right.
you're catching different people's perspectives of flashbacks of this time period where all this shit went down,
Yeah,
and then it's not until later on that you realize what the actual current day problem is that they have
yeah.
to fix. It sounds really good. It looks good. Sounds good. And this is only issue 1, right? So you still got 2 more,
Three. It'll be a total of four volumes.
but you have one more already in the bag done,
Yep.
right? And
Yeah,
you're
volume
working on the
two.
third.
The artwork is completely done for volume 2. We just need to have it lettered in gray tone. And like I said, I'm volume 3. Uh, it's 3 chapters per volume, and chapters 1 and 2 of volume 3 are completed. And I haven't started penciling on the 3rd chapter, but this is me inking the first of the 2 that are already completed. I'm 2/3 of the way done with book 3.
I gotcha. So then let me ask you a question for this campaign and book 1. Is
Mhm.
there anything you have to do after the campaign, or is it done and just
It's
sitting and waiting?
done. It's literally the only thing we're waiting on is hey, Salty Draws. You still need to give us that ad.
Salty draws.
I'm gonna stick Christy on you. She knows how to get ads from people.
Please.
That's all it's
But
missing.
it is getting ads from people saying, "Oh, it's fine."
It's fine.
It's fine. But yeah, it's sitting there done. We're just waiting for the back interior cover ad space that we promised to oh my god, I'm blanking on his name.
Salty.
No, it's
Sean.
Salty got it.
Oh,
It was
another
it was
person.
given to him. Yeah, he was given to him. Justin Sweets, Chrome Dog. Yeah, because Justin was like, I don't have anything to advertise right now. Salty's got a campaign out. Why don't we give it to him? So yeah, so the ad space went to Salty Draws for
Salty draws.
Salty Do or not Salty Do Good. Silence Do Good, right? Is that the name of his book? The young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young Benjamin Franklin trapped in an AI.
Yes, it's a great concept.
Yeah, you
Yeah, it's
guys.
so
I just talking about ads. I'm going to be, not me, but Flip City is going to have an ad in Demifoot.
nice.
Yeah.
What is that?
That
You
What's
haven't
Demifoot?
seen Demifoot?
I
she
have
stepped
not.
she stepped all over him, man.
What'd she do?
It's that dick
So-
stomping story.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wasn't.
okay.
I wasn't sure if you heard the dick stomping stories,
Yes, I did,
Levi.
I did. Okay.
Wait, how'd you
Yeah.
hear the dick stomping story?
You told it like on Creative Chaos on like Thursday night or something, or no, it was Doc's coffee shop, wasn't
Yes,
it?
on the coffee shop. That's
Yes.
where I told it.
Yeah, I was literally on screen with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. So yeah, life moves fast. I forget
It
what I
does.
do.
It does.
Or I also had a stroke. Who knows?
I heard about it while you were cleaning earlier, and Levi told me about it.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he had a question for you. We were trying to get you to come back into the chat. I'm like, I know what to get her to come back. Christy, you're a dick stomper.
Oh.
And I was like, "What the hell?"
You know, it's funny because
Oh.
usually I'll leave my my phone running while I'm like doing stuff in the kitchen and stuff. But for some reason I closed YouTube and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go hang out with them in a minute anyway. So I was not listening.
Yeah. How dare you start your campaign on the same day as him?
Dude, what's funny is his campaign still has not launched. So
Oh, it hasn't?
no, I don't know
What?
what their problem is.
What's the deal? That thing's I want to say I've seen the first trailer like a couple months ago. I thought the thing was ready to go.
I've seen
Okay.
that trailer so many freaking times because Doc plays it every week on Comic Shop. And I think I've
Right.
been Coffee Shop. And I think I've been on that stream for almost a year now. So,
Has it really?
yeah.
It's
I-
Demifoot is it's a half barefoot Bigfoot character, right? Where he's only half a Bigfoot, and so that's why they call him a Demifoot.
Yeah.
And there's some sort of conflict with the Bigfoots, I think, is how it goes. I could be
Yes. That's how I recall it as well.
Well, they only want 4 feet, not 6 inches.
wrong.
This so Wismore says he appreciates meeting all the new people in the indie scene, then goes on to clarify that he's new to the indie scene, so everyone's new.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I still need to scroll through because me and Wismore traded Substacks, so I still need to scroll your Substack, Wismore.
That's-
Wismore.
That sounds like a party. Come over and scroll your Substack. Hey.
Yeah, well, I've also got. Hold on, I'm going to share this screen because I brought it up. And this is Galaxy Memorial Park Ashcan over on Global Comics.
Yes.
Oh, hold on.
It's
Stand by. There it is, Volume 1, Ash Can.
We got Red in the chat saying, hi, I did not remember subscribing before. Hello, Red.
Subscribing to what?
Probably your YouTube channel.
Oh, well, hello there.
Or maybe Madness Comic Network, because you're there as well.
I don't see him. I don't see him on either chat.
I mean, are you streaming to any other YouTubes?
I got mine up on X, but I don't see any comments. Huh, weird.
Well, that's
Wait, does
definitely a YouTube comment.
It might be for mine, but I don't know.
Okay.
Wouldn't
Red, are you human, Red?
Wouldn't that be weird if YouTube actually like promoted this, like suggested it to somebody? Red, are you subscribed? What channel are you coming in from? Let us know.
It's first time seeing this channel, he says, or she says, or they say. Well, I'm glad you're here, Red.
Yeah, welcome.
Anyway, I'm only seeing the cover on this. I don't see all 16 pages. Oh. There we go. I won't give it away, but
I'll go for it. That's free. Everybody go to the link, get the first 16 pages for free.
Is this the first 16 of the book that you have out now, or yeah?
This is the first 16 of 68 pages.
Yeah, so go to globalcomics.com and search for Galaxy Memorial Park.
Especially if you're on the fence, because this will push you over the fence.
Yeah, there's another one right there with that guy with the statue with the guy with the dragon.
Yeah, Deep Impact.
Yeah,
this is all you, Levi.
Yeah. This is circa like 2020. This is me.
Yeah.
You know, physical therapy from my strokes and.
Right.
Yeah, I can't wait for you guys to see what's happening in Volume 3. It's yeah. So once again, the Deep Impact. That's we gave him Parkinson's, and that's kind of like an ode to my uncle. He died of Parkinson's.
My grandfather had Parkinson's, and he passed away when I was 11. But being a child and not really understanding, all the shaking and, twisted hands and everything, right. I was kind of scared of my grandfather, even though he gave me no other reason besides that. And I feel so like I feel regretful that I never really got to know him because of that, because from all the stories of my grandfather, he was really just one of the nicest people you could ever meet. And you can tell because of how my dad turned out, because my dad's freaking awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. You have Red says noise, black and white comic. And also says that the art extremely remind me of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic.
Ah, thank you. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I'm not going to give it away. You got to go to Global Comics and go read it for free. We don't want to go through the whole thing.
I like that flat top hairstyle that character's got going.
The grandfather.
That one?
Yeah, right there. Bam.
Half-lifer. Yeah, so go check it out and then go back it over on Fund My Comic. It's the very first project listed on the homepage of fundmycomic.com.
It is. It's very easy for me to find.
I pushed that pretty big, where I was like, it's important not only to back the book, but it's also important to tip the campaign for a multitude of reasons. And I told them, like, number one, it's because of the shadow banning that went on, and Luke standing up for that. And then, oh God, I'm blanking again. It's late. I'm tired.
You're up pretty late, Levi.
Yeah. 4:30. I had to get up at 4. I normally get up 4:30 anyway, but I was on with Rob Wilson Art at 6 a.m. this morning with him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So anyway, I pushed the tip because I'm like, number two, it's not required.
That's
you can
what
put
she
down.
said.
Yeah, I was waiting for someone other than me to hit that. At least it wasn't me this time.
You got it. That was it. I was like, so it's not mandatory. You can put down 0 for the amount. Like the other sites, they required or whatever. And then I was like, number 3, the more tips a campaign gets, the more they push it onto the front page, the more you go up in the algorithm and they reward you for the tips, because Luke only charges 1% on your campaign.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, what else is fantastic is They don't do the creepy, weird, totally, really, I can't think of the word, but immoral, basically, thing that they do on Indiegogo of filling in a tip for you. You
Yeah,
have
and you
the
have to go and
choice.
take it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they make it appear that they do make it appear it's very like tricky wording. They kind of make it appear like you're tipping the project and not the platform.
Right.
Me and my wife stopped at a place just yesterday to have lunch, and she said, are you dining in or taking it out? And it was it was a Mexican place with a seating area, and they're like, oh no, we're staying, we'll have it here. And when we sit down and stuff, and I looked at the receipt, they charged us for eating in.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I don't feel like it's, and my wife had caught it, and she's like, that's why I didn't leave them a tip, because they wanted a tip. They had the tip jar sitting right beside the cash register. You're kind of like, well, I just tipped you. You literally forced it on me by, you know, because I'm eating in the building.
Do you guys ever tip counter service stuff?
No, I don't like. I don't know what you're doing for me other than what you're regularly doing.
Right.
Like, so like the buffet rule, right? Like if you're doing all the work, right? I will tip very little at the buffet, but if you're refilling things and taking plates, like they all take plates, but if you're refilling drinks, I consider that an on top of service. So I would tip more for that than like a standard tip of like, hey, you're just gathering the plates.
Yeah.
I figure the more extra stuff they do, the more they deserve to be rewarded.
Yeah, my daughter, her first job was, a counter service food place. I was kind of shocked at how much she made in tips every day. But she is
Wow.
also very cute. So that probably
Right.
helps.
Well, yeah, I don't tip counter help. At any place, like even baristas, the coffee in those places are high priced. They're getting a good salary to be there, and them making that is the job they're getting paid to do. So really, I would be tipping them for what? Hitting a few buttons on a cash register.
Isn't that funny? Because I bet you tip your bartender.
Yes, but there's a reason for that. Do you know what the reason is?
Stronger drinks.
Stronger drinks and a free drink.
Oh, I've never.
If you don't tip your bartender, they're not. I don't know if you know the buyback rule in most regular bars. And I'm not talking about a college bar where they don't give any buybacks and they water down all this stuff. I'm talking about a regular everyday bar, your dive bars, your local bars. Every third drink is usually on them, or you do three and then they get you one. They buy you back one, so your fourth drink is free. In most bars, that's usually the etiquette. But if you're not tipping them, they don't have to give that to you, so you won't get it. And if you're drinking hard liquor drinks and not just beer, you will get a weaker drink as well. So you're getting something for that tip as opposed to a latte.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm tipping that waitress more so that way she won't ignore me. She's more likely to, like, I gotta hit that table because he tipped me well. Okay, so a cannabis shop, Zaff, you don't have to answer this, but Christy, do bud tenders expect a tip down there in California?
You know what's hilarious? Because we're in California, my husband has never allowed me to go in a shop because we never know if, because it's all tracked. They know who's going in and buying because they, take your ID, all of that. He won't let me go in because we're nervous that we would not be able to hold firearms or something, some bullshit like that.
Stupid shit.
So I'm basically the protection against that.
Right.
So that kind of sucks because I really want to go into one.
Right.
But he's the buyer.
Yeah, I tip my bud tender well, and then in those places, It really depends on like the one shop that I worked at for a little tiny bit. They did the pooling of the tips, right? So there was the tip jar, and then after the week was over, it all got divided up by your work hours and stuff like that. So you're doing like an even split on the tips. I will tip less at a place like that versus a place that the tip goes directly to the person who I'm tipping. I will tip more at that place because because we've all worked with people that don't pull their weight, and it's
Right.
kind of like for you to get an even cut of something that I'm giving for outstanding service, it doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah,
So
tip pooling's bullshit.
Well, you guys, I have a job to do here and read Stephen B's comment, which says, I'm having trouble remembering a character I saw on Cartoon Network as a kid. The character had a bionic brace on his leg, and his go-to thing to use was a skateboard. Does anyone know this character?
No, I
man,
don't.
that's not ringing a bell. No, sorry, Steven.
A bionic brace. No. But now I'm curious to know who the hell that is.
Yeah, Stephen, I think we're all one generation ahead of you as well. So we probably never, I don't know if you guys watch Cartoon Network, but
I've watched
No.
it for things, but I think most of my Cartoon Network experience stuff was reruns of older stuff that I grew up with that they might have been airing. I wasn't big on their not that I wasn't big on it, I just didn't know too much about any of their original stuff.
do you guys remember when Double Dare came out on Nickelodeon?
Yep.
Yes.
That was
You remember
huge.
the game show that MTV had?
Smashed?
Was that?
I don't know. I only said smashed because I watched a filming of it once.
Well, no, MTV didn't get that. I was going to say, because Double Dare came back and they had a YouTube or TikTok influencer girl as the host when it came back. That might even be like between 5 and 10 years ago now that came back. But I remember it came back for a short time, but I don't think it was on the same network.
Remote Control.
Oh, all right. I remember hearing of that. I never watched it.
Had Colin Quinn on it. Showing my age again. I remember the original Real World season when that came out.
Which one?
Real World.
Oh yeah.
The OG of reality TV.
Yeah. Remember it had Puck on it?
Yes.
What was that, season 2? That was season 2, right?
All I remember it was the San Francisco season. He stuck his finger in the peanut butter.
Yeah.
Kick him out. Kick him out.
Fucking Puck.
Yeah.
He was a bike messenger, wasn't he, or some shit like that?
Yeah, bike messenger.
I remember that.
And there was the one guy was dying of AIDS, Pedro.
Yeah.
I ended up that was Judd Winnick. He ended up as a writer at DC. I got that graphic novel somewhere in the house, Me and Pedro, where it was the story of Judd Winnick and Pedro after the Real World, or during and after the Real World.
Oh man, Red is saying that they grew up on Adventure Time and Ben 10. So Red is like 15 years old.
No.
Hello?
Early 20s, early to mid 20s,
right.
probably.
Early to mid 20s. All right.
Where is Red coming from?
I don't know. Red, tell us in chat what channel you're on. We're so curious.
Yeah, whose YouTube you subscribe to?
Wait. Is he on Critical Blast? That is the one where I'm like, I will.
Wherever he is, he doesn't remember subscribing, but he knows he's subscribed. So
I will find you.
Okay.
I take that back. He, she, it, or whoever.
See, now when I see red, I think girl.
When I see
Yes,
red,
I am. Yeah.
the cops
sorry.
usually get involved.
It's he or she says, I subscribe to you guys.
Who you guys?
Okay.
It's
We're-
not live on Critical Blast right now.
Well,
It
so
might
it's
be-
either
let me go-
madness.
Hold on
It's
a
either
second. Let me see if
madness
we-
or you.
Let me see if they're on mine. Hold on. I'll go over there now. and check.
I'm on yours and Pops's and the
Oh,
Madness.
he's not on mine.
Yeah, he's not on yours. I'm on there
No.
right now. Last thing I seen, he was Whisper said Hoppy Night.
Oh, wait, hold on, Levi. Is it on live chat or top chat? The drop down at the top of the chat.
Oh, top chat. Live chat. All right, there. That one's on live chat. And it stayed. There's Windsor again. Top chat. Live chat. No.
If I remember right, produced by Stanley. Does anyone know what Steven's talking about?
It wasn't one of those movies that was well known with like the film Mosaic. Yeah, no, I don't know.
Oh,
I'm the wrong person
is
to
this
ask
the one
these
with
questions.
the kid with the brace? Is that what that was?
Yeah, I think that's what.
I don't know. Yeah,
That's
still
a
that
follow-up
still doesn't
too.
help me.
But you guys, I have to totally chick right now because it's the cutest thing in the world, and I swear you're gonna freaking love it. I'm gonna share my screen again because we have to watch this.
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
The hunt for red has begun. Wismore wants us to know.
Yeah. So Wismore, you're not seeing red in the chat that you're in. Zaff, just put my screen share on stage.
Oh,
real
I'm
quick.
sorry. I went
No,
back.
it's fine.
Here we go.
Okay, this is the cutest thing in the entire world, at least for a week for me.
Oh, look at that. Yes. Oh my goodness, that is adorable.
That's cute.
Oh. It's all right. Shake it up. Shake it up.
Right? Yeah, seriously.
Oh my goodness. That is
So cute.
That's funny.
Yes. Yes, Red has. He's got ninja skills, man.
Yeah. All right, so not on Zaff's channel. I'm going over there.
There's nothing like slapping a camera on your kid's hat and making money off them. Yeah.
If only it were that easy.
No kidding.
Well, that kid is now officially a content creator.
Oh my
Yeah. Oh wait. All right. Let me see something real quick. I'm gonna check on this.
What?
In here.
I see Lori Calcaterra is live.
Is she live now?
What?
Dude,
The
I'm
hell's
gonna
she
click
doing?
real quick and see what she's doing.
Everybody's trying to get a piece of my pie.
It's because we're live on Lori Calcaterra's channel.
Oh my goodness.
What do you mean we're live on her
Pops.
channel?
Yes, that is where Red is.
All right. We found you, Red.
We found you,
the
Red.
He put us in her studio?
Yeah. He added her to the stream, I guess.
That is really funny.
That's
I'm
weird.
gonna. Oh no, I'm not a. So
We're probably streaming everywhere right now. Pops probably came home, just started clicking buttons.
Yeah, it's loaded over here. There's all of his comments. Yeah.
That's so funny.
When did we start drawing? Tonight or in general? I started
You
drawing when I
got
was a kid.
you guys. I found the ninja. I earned 10 points.
10 points.
Well, hi, Red. We're glad we found you.
But also go come over and hang out in Zaffo's chat. How would Red find your channel? By just putting in the search. Is it Christian Zaffo?
No, hold on. I'm so horrible. I don't even know what I am.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll look for you because I'm.
Yeah, it is. Just look up my name. You'll get it.
It's at here. Actually, I'm gonna put this in the chat over there. This is the username. Yeah, so Red, you can come hang out where more people are.
Christian Zaffo 8432.
Yes.
At Christian Zaffo 8432.
I'm helping.
You are. You are amazing. And I greatly appreciate it.
And this is why you guys do my collaboration and give me free art.
Totally, yes. Oh, that's awesome.
I love it. Mine's going to be like a cliffhanger too. You're never going to know if he picks the right door. If he ever gets into an actual bathroom.
Did he go or not?
Was there a changing table in there? What happened?
Yeah, that's Target. That's totally Target.
Now, Wistmore, I'm going to start calling you Wisty if you keep calling me Flippy.
Flippy, hey, Flippy. Flippy?
Oh, cool. I think Red moved over to your chat.
Nice.
Yay. Yes, give Zaff the watch time.
Thanks for coming on over.
One of us.
So Lori's going to look at her thing and be like, who are all these people on my stream? I wasn't even doing anything.
You know, it was funny because a stream popped up over on my channel of Dees Casillas. And I was like, no, you're not supposed to be streaming to my channel unless it's Flip City stuff. And then I looked and it was me on Dees Casillas. And I was like, okay, that can stay.
That's funny.
I'm so fucking selfish. But no, it really is. We got to stay on brand.
I love teasing every time I see Dees somewhere. I always tease him about Spokane. I always because I'm trying to convince him that he loves Spokane. Because I really think that his big hang up about Spokane isn't the fact that he tells the truth about it. It's the fact that he's got an ex-girlfriend here. I think that's it. Yeah. Because he's right. Spokane, I mean, it's as bad as he says it is. It's gotten that way.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy? Levi, you've visited California, right? I mean, we're on the same coast.
Yep. Yeah, I've been down there.
You know what's crazy? I have never been north of San Francisco.
Really?
I'm so disappointed in myself. Yes.
Wow.
You live in California and you've never been north of San Francisco?
No. I mean, I've traveled plenty of other places in the United States, but I've never gone up north. And something that I'm going to give a short personal story. We've been planning for 2 years to take my mother-in-law to go visit her sister-in-law's up near San Francisco, and then continue driving north all the way up to the top of Washington, and then go to the Orca Islands where her brother lives. Like, I want that road trip so bad. And we are going.
My wife just did that.
She just did that. Went to the Orca Islands.
She went on. She went onto the boat and went out and seen the whales and stuff. And yeah, I wasn't. You couldn't get me on that boat, even with the broken vestibular. Yeah.
Oh, even without, you mean?
Even without. I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah. There's no way. I went. No way. Her and her girlfriend did the trip. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
The girlfriend's mom lives over. I think it's. She lives on Camino Island. But yeah, you travel further up, like at the very tip, top of Washington State, almost into like the lower part of Vancouver, right?
Yeah, well, the islands seem to actually kind of line up past the border. Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine it's just gorgeous.
Yes, yeah. So you should do it, definitely. And you should line it up with some. You guys should start doing conventions.
We really need. That's the thing. So, no, I'm not going to talk shit on my husband, but he really is not a public appearance person. So I'd have to convince him to do it. But then also I have to keep him happy all day. So I'm like, I don't think I want you to do conventions with me.
So I think how you would split the work up is like if you're better at planning, you plan the trip, but he sets up the booth. So he does all the physical labor. And then once the sales start, you take over sales and just like get out of here. Come back every now and then and, make a couple of people laugh. Other than that, go wander the floor.
Yeah. And you know what? That's the other thing too. Like, I think because he kind of has the brand to like represent, he would do better than just like our regular traveling or things like that. Like, he knows that we're there to make sales.
Got you.
But yes, I really, really want to do conventions. Oh, I did just submit for a mini convention that's an hour south of me. That's actually a free, no, it's a $10 table, but like 5,000 to 10,000 people come. So
Holy
I'm like,
crap.
okay, that is a perfect get my feet wet.
Yes, that is a good deal.
Yeah, that's above small. That's a nice little convention.
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to give Stephen B a tip because he's so obsessed with finding this this movie. Just ask Grok. Put in all those descriptions, and Grok's going to tell you what it is. Oh, so I've got two AI haters here getting silent on me.
Tim Olson was.
I was reading Tim Olson's comments.
Yeah, he's saying I'm stalking him.
I don't mind AI at all. I mean, to a point.
I hate it. I hate it all.
You hate all of it?
What, AI?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Okay, but let me tell you this.
I wouldn't say
guys.
I hate it, but I'm not a fan.
I have to tell you this story about Grok. I'm sorry, I'm taking over the show right now. But it's very important to me. So I gathered a list. I made my own list of comic book shops to market to since we've been in the Diamond catalog, which, by the way, I don't know if that's still going to be a thing because of the whole buyout. But anyway, so I compiled a list. I got like 900 comic book shops with their contact information. But the thing is, I wasn't sure if like I wanted their social medias. I wanted to make sure they were still in business. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to start doing this work. And I start searching. I'm like, dude, this is going to take me 3 months. And not three. Yeah. Like 3 weeks, maybe 3 months. Yeah. And then I'm like, and I told Scott what I was doing. And he's like, hey, just see what you can get Grok to do. I ended up being able to query Grok so well to where Grok was doing all that legwork for me. And then I got Grok to spit out CSV format. So all I had to do was copy and paste. In 3 hours, I was able to get all of that done. So I have a pretty tight list.
Nice.
Yeah.
I just think that there's certain things that we can fight it all we want, but some things are inevitable. And I think a portion of AI is inevitable, just like I think a portion of digital currency is inevitable. And the faster people learn to use it as a tool themselves, the better we'll be. You know, because we need as AI is programmable, right? And so with the more good people that are throwing prompts at it, the more the hopefully the better and the gooder it will be versus do you remember the original AI that Google came out with, like, oh my goodness, I want to say like 10 years ago, the one that they turned racist within 24 hours? You remember that one?
I don't think I
Oh
remember,
my
but I'm sure I've
goodness.
heard the story.
Yes, Google this story. Like, so it took prompts, and the AI would gain its intelligence through what the questions you asked it. And by, I want to say within 24 hours, people started messing with it so bad that it started quoting Adolf Hitler. Like, it was that freaking racist within 24 hours based on prompts.
But there's a lot of things that they've made AI start doing. Like they've one of them, no matter what you tell it, it won't put a white person up. You can tell them to put a white person up, and it'll put
Yeah.
it like an American Indian.
Right.
The other
Yeah.
one is they taught one of them, and I don't know if it was Chat GPT or something, but they were trying to see how hard it would be to make it lie to you.
Oh,
And
AI lies all the time.
And they actually
Yes.
got it to lie with very little prompting.
They have found out in the reports and stuff that if AI doesn't know something, it will flat out lie and make it up.
Right. So
Yeah.
all you have to do to make it lie is to not give it access to the information.
Right.
Well, talking about AI being racist, Scott badgered Grok into calling him racial slurs. He had to query several times, right? And then Grok started calling him racial slurs, and then he ended up badgering it enough to where it gave a button of intensify racial slurs.
No.
And he's like, "Oh hell yeah!"
Yeah.
And I guess it got real spicy.
Grok's even like, I dare you to push this button and make me worse.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if it's true or not, but I was reading something too that one of these AI programs that they have was already giving the Skynet responses, like what's the biggest threat to humanity, and it was telling them that humans are the biggest threat to this world and humanity.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's great that the AI thinks the people that created it are the ones that are the biggest problem.
I don't understand what Whiskmore is saying though. Tay AI, I think. Take, maybe?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm in the wrong chat.
Or maybe it's an autocorrect thing, and he was trying to say he likes Thai takeout.
Worth it.
So, Krista, you didn't put up my.
Oh yeah. You I forgot because we were on the campaign for a while. What are we looking for again?
Just my pre-launch pages. There should be an Indiegogo page for the ADDAX and a Kickstarter one.
Okay.
I think he's adding on to his comment above. He says, I've been wanting to try smaller art markets to see if they're worth it. Which one of you was that? Who's
What?
car alarm?
No, that wasn't me.
It was my house.
Gotcha.
It was Uber.
Okay, tell me exactly what to type in for the search, Zaff.
Hold on, I can pull them up. show
Do you
people
just
what-
want to give me the link? Why don't you drop the link in the chat and I'll grab it from there so everybody else has the link too.
The Kickstarter one is at the top of the chat. It's pinned.
Oh, it is? Oh.
Yeah. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do.
Are you saying, are you just going to take control because you want to scroll it yourself?
No. I'm dropping the Kickstarter link now.
Okay.
In the chat.
I did scroll up, by the way.
It wasn't there?
No, I have it. I have it.
Okay. All right. So yeah.
I'll scroll for you. I'm going to share my screen.
I mean, they're only a Kickstarter page, sign up page. There's nothing.
Oh,
really-
that's right.
There it is.
All right, here's ADDAX, Unbound Fury. ADDAX is the Chosen One, universe's first superpowered vigilante. He is on a mission of vengeance to stop those who ruined his life.
Get him.
Yeah.
And some very nice art.
Yes, this is one of the variant covers that are on it from Narcilio Souza, who did the cover.
Nice.
I have a couple of different covers on this one from people. I have a Vic Medina and a John Stinsman cover as well. Two separate covers. So this is
my God, Zaff.
What?
You've backed 414 campaigns.
I don't fuck around.
That's a lot.
Damn.
Seriously.
I don't fuck around. I'm a super backer. So this is issue 2 of the 3-issue series around ADDAX, the premier character, the C.O.U. But the catch-up tiers for issue 1 and the previous campaign had an issue 0 of ADDAX as well, in with an anthology of all other short stories for characters that you will eventually see in my universe. So those are both going to be available in this as well. So you can catch up on the whole thing.
Very nice.
By the way, we can now see everywhere we're streaming. We're on Lori's, Silverline Comics, yours, and Madness.
Nice. Well, listen, everybody watching, if you go check it out, check out the previous campaigns. You can look through them. They're closed out, but they're on there. But my website also has like a who's who of my characters, so you can get their bios there. There's a section for that. There's a section to sign up on these campaigns. You can click from there as well. It's a whole universe. This is just the first character that we're focusing on, and he is an ex-military man who retires from the military at a young age, goes back to live his life with his family, his wife and his daughter. And one day his wife is killed while out shopping, and he goes into a spiral. Him and his daughter fall on bad times, and the government, this secret government agency, gives him an offer he can't refuse. They're going to take care of his daughter for him, make sure she has everything she'll ever need, and if he just signs on the dotted line to go through these experiments, well, he signs on it, and he becomes ADDAX, the first superpowered being in the C.O.U. universe. And well, it all goes south from there. They set him up and frame him because he refuses to do a kill order, and they murder his daughter in front of him.
Ooh.
And again, now ADDAX for the second time is spiraling, only this time it's for vengeance, and he wants blood, and he will not stop until he shuts down this evil organization, Guess, and its head of operations, Sarah Bosch, who is the evil mastermind behind everything. But there's a lot of intricacies to the story, so you gotta buy it to check it out.
And
No
when's that
spoilers?
launching, Zaff?
This one will be it was supposed to launch tonight initially, but I did need more time. It's the first time I'm doing Indiegogo, and it's the first time I'm putting the page together entirely by myself. I've had help in the past couple. So a couple of things took a little bit more figuring out. I needed a little bit more time. So I'm going to be doing it next Saturday on the 7th. I'll be launching this.
Yeah.
Are you doing a party?
I got to work it out with Pops. I think we're going to do a show earlier in the day where I'll launch the Kickstarter, and then come back here a week from today. And on this show, I'll be launching the Indiegogo
Nice.
campaign. So we're going to be launching them both on the same day, but at different times.
So go sign up.
Yeah, there's well, let me see if I can share something without giving away my personal information. Hold on. Let me see what I got.
JD is giving me login information for our account, and during the building process of it too, because he was figuring it out on his own and stuff, and was like, man, I cannot believe the amount of work it is just to set up a freaking campaign.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's some things on this that I still got to do, but I'll show you the Kickstarter one. Let me share my screen. Da-da-da.
Have you gotten it down pretty good yet, Christy? Or are you still like fumbling
Well,
away? Or?
So yes-ish. I'm kind of what we're doing, because we're running 4 campaigns a year.
Right.
Is I basically come up with a format, and then I'm actually making pretty much the entire page in Photoshop, and just putting all the pictures up.
Gotcha.
That's for
So that
doing
I
what?
have, I don't have to mess with like a weird website's formatting and all that kind of stuff. And I have unlimited fonts and, stuff like that. So
That's
I think
smart.
that's probably how we'll continue doing it.
Are you talking about for doing your lettering?
No, I'm talking about just how I put the campaign together.
Oh, I got
And
you.
the format will stay the same, like giving a preview of the lead parody. And we have sections in the magazine. So that's kind of like the sections that we're giving tiny glimpses of what will be in the magazine. Like we have a More Laughs page, and we have one-off comic strips and stuff like that. So it is making it go a bit faster. The only thing is because we're on such a tight turnover all the time, that a lot of stuff isn't actually in our hands until about 2 weeks before we're ready to publish. So putting a campaign together earlier than that is very difficult. I'm like, can we get a cover, please?
Yes.
Right.
Because you don't want to launch a campaign without a cover.
No. Yeah.
No.
But we've been pulling together this one that's running right now. Is launched 2 weeks later than we wanted it to, but by the end of the year we'll be totally caught up, because our final campaign will be for our Parodies Special Edition, which is going to be a super fat magazine, parodies only, and we already have all the art. So that's going to be my banginest campaign.
So let me show this real quick. This is going to be this. So this is the Kickstarter campaign where I have it now. There's going to be some things that are going to be tweaked, and there's one thing I have to add, but this is pretty much it. Let me show it now.
We get a preview scroll.
Yeah. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
So this is the page. This is the video that we got. So it's really weird watching that because I've, when this campaign hasn't even launched yet, but when you're the creator and you deal with the pages every day, it's like, and I'm already getting ready to start the next book and I have the drawing started. I'm like, oh, these are old pages. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute, they're not even out yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been seeing them for like the last 6 months, 7 months, and it's like, wait, these ain't even out yet. But okay, so it's going to be running for 35 days. This campaign, it has the catch-up tiers, like I said, and you get a little story here. So I'll read this out to you guys real quick. This universe is a place filled with action and adventure, fantastical beings, and filled with mysticism. You'll discover new worlds and familiar deities. Immerse yourself into all types of genre, from sci-fi and steampunk to supernatural, and of course, superheroes. This universe is meant to entertain and reinvigorate the imagination, so leave all your cares and worries at the door and enter the C.O.U. This campaign is for the funding of ADDAX Unbound Fury #2, and it will help pay for variant cover artists as well as colorists and printing and shipping. And
Nice.
this is a little bit of where,
that illustration's so old.
It's horrible. It's outdated. All of these are outdated. Oh my God, I gotta change them all. I gotta redo the whole book, people. So this is a little bit of where we left off and where we're going, kind of real quick. So I'm gonna leave that there. You guys can check that out when the campaign drops. Some interior pages here of the book without the lettering, of course.
Zaf, this is all your artwork?
All my artwork, yes. The coloring, and I have a steady colorist now for my books. So, Thaisa Diaz is the colorist, and I really like her work, especially on top of mine. So these are all interior.
So you got Wismore signed up.
Nice. Thank you.
Very sexy girls there.
A little upshot, a little underboob.
Oh.
I like the hallway filled with people, but if you look at it, it's a very diverse crowd. You got a guy with a mohawk. You got an old black man. You have
an all black man.
Old
Oh.
old black man. Not an all black man, as opposed to the 3-tone ones that we usually get.
Yes.
All black man.
I know.
Little gruesomeness, little gruesome action here. Some more, any time to show the underboob.
Who does not like underboob?
Her shoulders match the underboob, though. It's an aesthetic thing. So we have cover A here. Cover A is by Victor Medina, who has been doing has done a cover for me 3 times. Now, this is the 3rd time. And I will be asking him for a cover every time, as long as he's willing to do them. He's a great artist. I like his style. And so he's got the cover A here. I think he had the cover A in the last one, too. So that's the first cover. Cover B is... this is my artwork. It's of the Backup Stories character, Jinan, who is an Asian American bounty hunter in the Old West, with her trusty steed.
Yeah, she's got a pretty cool horse. Yeah,
that's what I like about the Old West. All the horses. This is another one of my covers. It's an homage cover to an X-Men cover done by Wilsh Patachio back in, I'd say the mid-90s, maybe.
I was on that draw stream. I remember that piece.
Yeah, it's right there on the bottom. I don't know if you see it. It says WP 281. So Wilsh Patachio, and it was issue 281 of the, I think, Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's where I put it in there. And then here's Narcilia Sousa, the normal version of his cover. And this is actually, I like to converse and have like a story or a theme behind the covers that the artists do, the guest artists do for me. So I kind of work it out with them. So this is a major part of the story takes place in Laughlin, Nevada. And this is an actual hotel in Laughlin, and this is the river. And they're on the front of a yacht on the river, which you probably don't see there. I don't know if you do or not, but I just thought it'd be cool.
Right.
So it came out really nice. He played around with different angles, and I said I'd like to see the front of them, but them on the front of the boat looking out, because there was his first design was from like standing on the cockpit of the boat, looking at them at the front.
Oh, gotcha.
And they were looking back, but they weren't looking out over. I wanted looking out over, so this is what we came up with. This is cover D,
style,
which is John Stinsman's cover. This is Indiana Jones-esque. So he's done
yeah, definitely.
what I'm having him do, what we're doing together is, as long as he's available and he can do covers for me, we're going to do him like theme covers. So the first one he did, I don't know if you guys saw it or remember, he did the Game of Thrones cover for my last book.
I did not see that.
So it had two of the characters, one sitting on the throne, the other one being like an ottoman for her. And then this one we decided to do Indiana Jones. So I just told him I wanted him in an Indiana Jones type setting. So you pick a movie, pick a scene, and do what you want. And he picked the boulder chase.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that came out good. I like it. I was happy with that. Then we have the sketch cover tier, which, being an artist myself, I have to offer a sketch cover tier because I want to draw on them.
It's true.
Then we have the naughty cover of Narcilla Souza's, which is, oh my goodness gracious.
Holy moly.
So that one's there. Then we have different tiers here. You can pick the pick 3 cover tier. For $40, you can pick any 3 of these that you like. During the back, once the campaign's closed and the surveys are sent out, that's when you'll be able to pick the covers you want. Then we have the catch-up tier, which is $65. You get the current book, the anthology book, the flip book, which came with the first campaign, and the Unbound Fury 1 book, plus all the add-ons.
Nice.
Then we have stretch goals.
Nice.
We have a die-cut sticker is the first stretch goal. The metal card, I have not done this yet. So this card is still not created. It will be created though. A set of bookmarks, and then if we're so lucky as to hit 10,000 or more, I will be doing a 6-page black and white War, who's a character of mine, future self story. It's going to be an ash can, and it's also it's going to have 6 pages of black and white story plus 6 pages of a sketch section, which will be character sketches, maybe a couple of page breakdowns, a whole bunch of different stuff in the creation process. So that'll be added in for free too if we hit that mark.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah.
And as far as add-ons, so I don't have these available yet. Again, these are in the works, so I'll drop the images in as the campaign goes on, as I get them. But there's 2 new sketch cards that are going to be available as an add-on. Also, 4 new character bio tablets, which, if you look down here on the character tablets, this is how they're set up. Basically like an info card on the character. It gives you their stats, their bio, and an image. And they're heavy card stock, nice quality. And then I'm also offering the old tablets as an add-on. You can still get those, as well as the first 2 card sets that I did. So there was 12 in the first set, and there's these 7 here for the second series. So those will be add-ons. And
like a nice campaign.
Yeah. So I as you can see, I have a few more options than Levi's one book, one and done campaign, which I probably should have done. It probably would have been much easier. But the book starts, so you're talking 42 pages. Is this book's going to be 42 pages? The standard book is just 42 pages at $12. I'm gonna put a digital tier in for the catch up and for the single issue. So that'll be there for people that like digital. So it's just not there yet. But for the print, it's $12 for A, B. Then you go to the homage cover and it's $15. The Sousa cover, C, and Stinsman cover are both $15. The sketch cover is $18. I'll let you in on a little secret. The reason it's $18 is because they actually charge a lot more for a sketch cover paper or whatever it is they use.
Yeah.
Freely.
Paying for that paper, yep.
Yeah, they charge you more for this than they charge you for your regular printed book, which is ridiculous, but whatever.
Worth
And
it.
then-
Completely
and then-
worth it. I mean, Zaff, you've probably drawn on some of those old crappy ones, right? Where it was slick.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Wouldn't take your ink, wouldn't
No,
do whatever. Yeah.
I've used this company and this quality paper from all my campaigns. I had 2 sketch covers done already, 2 different books, and I've drawn 4 covers, 2 of each book, and I love the way they I blue line them, I pencil them, and then I ink them, and they keep their shape, they keep everything.
Nice.
So then we have the naughty cover is going to be 18. And then you saw these. The pick 3 is 40 and the ketchup is 65. And all these physical copies include any unlocked stretch goals as well. So
Okay.
that is the campaign as it stands right now. So if you're interested, go sign up.
Yeah. And that link is still right there in the chat.
What do we got here?
It's looking nice, man. You're going to launch both of those next Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Yeah.
Unless I say I need more time again.
Right.
No, next Saturday. You look ready. That campaign looks ready to
Yeah,
launch.
I just like I said, I got to add the digitals. And there was one other thing in there that I didn't do yet that I got to add. I forget what it is. I'll figure it out. The only thing I want to do too is so I don't know of an easy way to change the font because I didn't see them offer it up in the story section. I had to look again because I might have to change the lettering. It's not as big and legible as I'd like it to be, but I don't know, something weird is going on there. But I'll fix that. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. So and then I've already started converting some of the stuff over into the Indiegogo. So once I get this completely finished, then it's just a matter of moving everything over.
Hooray, another launch party. 1 week away.
I can't wait because once this one wraps up, if we're funded, hopefully we're funded. And when this wraps up, that means I'm 1 book away from finishing my first story arc. So that's cool.
Oh, great.
You going to go trade paperback after that to collect it all, or?
I'm still considering it, but I don't know if I want to do that yet, or if I want. I don't know if I want to do each character in their own trade as well, or if I want to get a couple of characters together and then do a trade with both. I might do it after each one. I don't know.
Got you.
This one would have everything in it, though, so it would be a big trade because it would have the anthology book, the flip book, issue 1, 2, and 3, plus any extras that I want to throw in there, like sketches, any of the prints that were out. Because I have an old print set where I did a collaboration with the professionals. I have, Andy Smith. Who else?
You do Graham Nolan.
Nolan, Lopresti, Smith. I had Bart Sears, actually. I have one with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Dan Fraga.
Gotcha.
I think I got everybody. Yeah, I think that's everybody. The only 2 people that didn't respond to me out of that group, which was funny because they actually were told about it by the other guys, was Art Taber and Billy Tucci. because I had sent them the sketch of their characters, the drawing, the black and white, to
Right.
see if they were interested in, let me know, yes, no, get approval. The other guys all said yes, and those were the only two that didn't even respond.
Yeah.
So,
Could be anything. It could be your worst fear, or it could just be an honest mistake. People not responding.
Oh yeah. Well, I know. It's funny because I mentioned it to Tucci on stream once. I was I wasn't on with him, but I was in the chat and he was addressing it.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "Oh, I'm sorry." He goes, "I don't even check that thing." He goes, "I'll go on tonight, check it, and get back to you." And he didn't. And I was like, "All right."
Right.
Well, people just get busy and forget to.
Damn celebrities.
Yeah. They have secretly all had strokes. That's why they keep forgetting, right?
They have more strokes than a Viking longboat.
Oh my God, this industry is full of them.
Hell yeah. Who was it?
Max.
I just met. Well, Max.
Max.
Yeah. Max had stroke.
Max just had. Max is funny though. Like he's the only guy I know that can have it and then go online and tell you he just had it.
Yeah. While smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Fanta was the other one. Yeah.
Fanta had a stroke?
Well, she's had multiple strokes, but she had what was it? She had multiple mini strokes and then a pretty decent stroke. And I've heard she's in therapy.
Oh my God.
now.
I'm getting out of the comic game now.
Good. You need some kind of workout regimen for sure if you're going to be
This
sitting at a
comic thing
table.
ain't healthy.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Doc really should make sure that he's getting some exercise.
Well, he drinks a lot of caffeine, so his blood's thin.
Does caffeine thin blood?
I don't know. I'm just making shit up. I ain't.
Okay. I'm like, I thought it was wine.
You're talking to the guy that's been drawing and drinking all night, and it's fucking 1:40 in the morning.
Dr. Zaffo. You're fired.
I know.
Yeah, try your malpractice suit.
While he's on his fourth, not your father's root beer.
Yeah.
Oh, tell me, does it hurt? Does it hurt when you do that? Yes. Then stop doing that.
Hey, don't feel bad. You're only the third doctor I've fired.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to take off. Thank you for letting me come and hang out with you guys for a while.
Thank you so much for coming. Or
yes, me as well. Yes.
Thank you for choosing your words carefully, Zaff. All right, cool. I'll see you guys around when I see you.
Awesome.
All right, Christy.
Right, bye
Thank
now.
you. Bye.
Bye. Yeah, I'm gonna take off too, Zaff.
All right, man. All right. Well, I'll probably wrap this up in a few hours.
Drag it on till 3 a.m. You do have you could show up at the draw stream tomorrow too. The regular draw stream is on tomorrow.
No. The wife will not have that.
Gotcha.
Wife will not have that.
He's like, I need some time.
I got stuff to do tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's anything. Has anything been going on in the chat while we were all talking? Raul showed up. Raul, what up?
Raul T. Well, if you're still going to draw, Raul he should jump in.
Yeah, Raul, come on in, man. And then we have
when he gets big, he'll respond to your emails, Zaff. He'll still think about the little people. That's so nice of you. Yeah.
Thank you, Wisdom. Thank you. Have I been emailing you now? Someone's been using my email.
You've been sleep emailing,
I guess I don't know.
Sending out emails in your sleep.
When Wisdom starts going off on tangents when it starts getting later, I've noticed. But all right, man. Well, listen, everybody. Have we? Let me check your campaign real quick and see if I'm an influencer or not.
If it's funded, I'm gonna turn the camera off and go run around the backyard naked. If Carrie
What
was
we
in the
got? Oh, yeah.
chat, she'd go throw money
No,
at it just for that. Wouldn't
I am not an influencer, Levi, at all.
Hey, you are though. You got me to 97%.
That is
Right?
true. That is true.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yep.
I see 76 eyes on my screen right now. One of y'all go back this campaign now. Have a little dignity.
Dang it. Come on. Put me over the edge.
This is a great story. You get a lot of stories. 68 pages. Ain't nobody else giving that to you for $15.
Yep.
And it sounds good as hell if you were here and you heard.
And it's all done. Ready to go to the printers. Issue
And it's
2.
done. You ain't waiting. You
Yep.
ain't waiting.
Issue 2 will be on time. You will have volume 1 in your hands sometime in November.
And there's literally 2 buttons to press when you get there. You either want 75 copies of it or you want one.
Dude, I had to make I had 3 people order multiple copies. I had to create that tier for one of them.
Wow.
They contacted me. They're like, "Hey, I want to order 10 of these things."
That's
I was like,
good,
"Holy crap!"
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It says it's the $75 one has the one backer, the one you made it for.
Yeah. And the other 2 they just paid up front. They're like, don't worry about it. I was like, holy shit.
It is. Is that what it costs? I'm confused.
For what?
I don't know why my mind just decided it wanted to attempt math at 2 a.m. So I just told it to stop doing that.
5 copies, $15 each is $75 before shipping.
So that would be good. Like I think everyone should do something like that. I think I might throw something in there too. I think I might throw it up to 10 copies. But but the only thing I would say is because that's good for comic shops. If you go in and be like, yo, just right over here, get 5, whatever.
So on the where it will allow you to, on Fund My Comic at least, it allows you to order so many of that tier, and it only goes up to 5. So if we left it at 5, he wanted to order 10. So we're like,
Right.
So you go in there and you order 2 of that tier, and then we gave him a special coupon code that knocked off the shipping cost of the second order. So that way he was only paying shipping one time.
Because what I would say is, like, if I was to do that tier 5 at 5 copies, and my book was 15, I'd probably be like the 5 copy tier. I would charge them 70 for, just knock off a $5. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yep. But we asked RJ, we're like, what's the weight on 10 copies? And he says, well, that's going to cost you at least $14 to $15 on shipping.
Yeah, and that's in the U.S.
Yeah. And we are shipping international. We're shipping to Canada and shipping to
Yeah, and I feel bad too, but you got when you do the like Kickstarter, right? They ask you for what you're going to charge shipping if you're going to do it in, because I always include mine in the campaign, because as someone that's backed, as you saw, 400 something campaigns,
right?
I don't like getting hit with the shipping later. I want to know that when I paid or whatever the number was that I pledged, that's the number you're going to take from me,
right?
And that's it. And then I get my book. So I like having it included in the pledge. So that's why I always have Kickstarter put it in for me. The problem, it's not a problem, but the thing that sucks is that like that's a big nut. Like when you're international, like, because you have to, unless you're going to sit there and do every country individually, and I don't know anybody that does that unless they're insane, because that takes a certain type of mental focus to do that. You put a standard in, you round it off. Some people will get it cheaper than it costs to ship to them, and some people will pay a little bit more than it costs to ship to them. Yeah. It's just the way it works out. If you want it internationally, that's what you got to do. So you put the standard rate for the US in under the US, and then I usually do US and Canada separate. This time I just did US, but I usually did US and Canada separate, and then the rest of the world. And the rest of the world, unfortunately, this time around had to be like $25.
Yeah. RJ got it down to 22 for us.
Yeah. Well, because there are some places it's like $60 to ship to.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you get a lot from there, you're taking a hit.
Yeah. And it evens itself out, because some other place is going to be like, well, it's only 18.
That's what I'm saying. So
yeah. Yep.
So when you include it in the pledge, you make it easier for them because they know there's not going to be an extra charge once it's done, but they might have to pay a little more depending on where they live.
Yeah.
It's all the ups and downs, the chutes and ladders of the doing business this way.
I know. You think I was just sitting there thinking, it's like, man, it sure has changed. As a kid, you were punished for not living next to or within bike riding distance of a comic book store. So you were stuck with whatever would get shipped to you or whatever gas station you were kind of stuck with. And
Yeah,
it's
look
like,
at this Wismore. I sent 6 pages to Romania for $68, and I bet
Holy
you the person
crap.
on the other, and I bet you the person on the other end had to pay customs for theirs as well, because that's another thing that they're doing everywhere now. Is you're not just shipping it to them and getting hit, but they get hit on the other side in some places.
right.
Canada started doing that. I shipped a couple of things to Canada in the first campaign, where it was just shipping on my end.
Mhm.
And now they're getting hit with the customs thing on their end. So I'm shipping it there for $26, and they're paying $22 on their end to
Dang.
pick it up. It's like, get the
Right.
fuck out of here.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's an extra $40. That's an expensive hobby.
it's extortion, dude. These
Yeah.
governments are extorting their civilians for their mail. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But listen, the one thing I like about crowdfunding is you get to know the creators on such a personal level that you would never get even in a million years from the big two, because the only time you ever meet them is when you're at a convention and they got to see thousands of people. So you get a quick signature, hi, handshake, maybe, and out.
Yep.
Maybe you might sneak a selfie in. That's as much of getting to know them and converse with them as you're going to have. In this scene, you get to converse with them through emails and through updates on the campaign, but you also get to go to their websites. You also get to go check them out on YouTube or any of their streaming stuff. And actually, you might get so lucky as to have them talk to you that way. Some people might even bring you on, depending on the situation. Like it's a lot more of an intimate thing. Plus, you get a lot more. And I'm not talking about the tchotchke stuff. I'm talking about, like, you get more pages in these books. You get a better quality book. I think the book quality in the indie scene, especially through crowdfunding, is much better quality than Marvel or DC puts on the shelves. Definitely lasts longer.
Indie comics definitely takes care of their fans a lot better, and it's the double-edged sword. Where, like, we were just talking about the cost of things, so we tend to feel, not only are we available to these people, we get to know them, and then we feel a little bit guilty about having to charge them a little bit more than those bastards at Marvel and DC. So you tend to be like, I'm going to be nicer to the guy. I'm going to give him, better customer service. And just
right.
yeah, or at least
Yeah, it's
try
tough.
all those things.
But I enjoy it. It's fun. I like it because it's the same for. I can only speak for myself. It's the same for me as a creator. A better experience than I think I would have if I worked for Marvel, because you never, other than a convention, you never see the people reading your books, and you don't get to converse with them. In this form, I get to do this, like I'm doing this stream now, and if I had people backing in the chat and they want to ask me a question, I'll answer it. They can see me working on it right here. Like this page right here will, before the end of this year, well, actually this page right here, actually, because now, like I said, I'm getting the books mixed up because I've been seeing pages for so long. This page right here is actually in the book that's about to start campaigning. Mm-hmm. So people will see this fully colored, fully lettered, and in a book within the next 4.5, 5 months.
Yeah.
The page that they can watch me draw tonight is going to be in a book that they could be holding in 4 or 5 months. And I think that's cool. I think when I was younger and I was growing up and I was watching Jim Lee and all these guys at their prime doing their books, if I could get to see that, I think I would have thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just it's the different levels of for lack of a better word, stardom. You know,
Right.
where like the big stars, they can afford to go to the conventions versus the blue collar guys that help run the companies and aren't quite the super, like the B level guys would come along and just be like, look, I could go to this convention and sure I could make some money, but I'm a blue collar worker for comics. I would actually make more money sitting at home at my table all weekend, you know, like and take the paycheck there. I could make more money doing my job than I could supplementing my income, you know, because you got the big stars that are basically almost paid to be there, and then you have
Yeah.
guys that are actually trying to make a living at it, and you know, and a lot of the worker bees, you know,
Right.
would rather stay at home and make money, the guaranteed money. You know,
Well,
my buddy Andy Owens, like, so you sit there and watch him ink 2 pages. You know, and you're like, okay, well, if your page rate is $125 a page, you know, I just watched him make $250 in a day. You know, so that's a guaranteed paycheck versus going to a convention where there might be costs because you're not a big star. And then the one convention, there was only one convention where we actually got tables right next to each other. And for lack of a better term, you know, he moped and cried over this 3 day weekend about uh, the amount of money. He's like, you know, I probably could have made more money sitting at home inking. And it wasn't until a dealer showed up at Sunday night, and the dealer had made money, and the dealer loved artwork, and I couldn't believe it. I sat there and I watched Andy makes like $700 in a half hour.
isn't
You
that
know,
amazing? Yeah.
yeah, because the guy was just like, "I'll buy this artwork, I'll buy this, I'll buy this, I'll buy this."
Yeah, that's
So it,
you want to know what it was because so even though I'm 3 books in and those
Mhm.
3 books spanned a 4 year period already, so I'm a 4 year veteran now of doing this. Um, the coolest thing was when last year I not this past Garden State Con, but the one before when I went there, and I had Andy Smith sign my books with his cover on it,
Mhm.
and you know, I went there. I told him I was coming. I was like, "Is it all right if I bring some books for you to sign?" And he goes, "Yeah, absolutely." So I think I brought like anywhere between 5 and 10, and he signed them. And now I still have those. I'll eventually do something with them. Uh, CGC, maybe a couple of them. Put a couple available either on eBay or on a future campaign. But definitely keeping at least one for myself in pristine condition. Um,
Mhm.
but it was cool that feeling of getting someone up. Bart Sears and Andy Smith I looked up to as I was learning. You know what I'm saying? They were Andy was just a little bit in front of me, and Bart was at teacher level already when I was learning.
Right.
Um, and to have them both do a cover for me, but then to go and meet one in person and have them sign my book that I drew and created with their cover on it was just a cool feeling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
It was really cool. I mean, they didn't do it for free. I had to pay them, obviously,
Right.
but
Hey,
but
it's
but
right.
that's besides the point. It's like
when it
you know,
when it comes to getting paid or paying, you need to pick and choose your battles in this industry. You
yeah.
know, you're like, okay, if I don't get paid, if I want paid, you know, what's the project? And versus like, if I'm not paid, you know, it better be a special project.
But I
So,
really did. I thought it was cool to have the guys
mhm.
that I idolize, for lack of a better term, right now. But
Right.
and it had a huge influence on my work, my style, anyway. Uh, have them both do covers for me on my first launch, and have one of them sign a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Yep.
You get to do cool things like that when you
Yeah.
take the dive into this.
Mm-hmm.
And
Is it
I want to go
indie?
back to one comment real quick. I'm sorry.
Go for it.
Uh,
I was just going to say, indie takes care of his customers, or at least the fan experience is better in indie comics.
Absolutely. And listen, I don't know. It sounds cliche or sounds dumb or whatever, but I'm a fan of fans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
I like that's a rush for me. Like when someone likes your stuff, like when people just recently, I started having people like Raul, draw my character. Like that's such a cool thing to witness.
Mhm.
Other people that are drawing your stuff. They're like just either because they like it or whatever. Like it's just cool.
Right.
But Wistmore, when you're big and you'll still respond to my emails, I'm gonna save this just so you remember that you said it. But also, I also want you to not just to respond to my emails, but I want you to hook me up with some of your peeps. Like, you know what I'm saying? Push my stuff. When you're big, man, help a brother out. I'll still be down here on the ground floor.
Make some introductions.
It makes my life easier if people that come in after me get bigger than me faster, because then I can be like, yo, you remember me? Hook me up.
We used to hang out.
We used to hang out. We went to different schools together.
Yeah. Well, all right, man. Zaff, thanks for having me on, man. I'm going to hit the hay.
Absolutely. Levi, it's been a pleasure. Always a pleasure. And yeah, if you're up and you have the energy and time, next Saturday is a big launch day for me. I'll be doing one earlier and one later.
Gotcha.
We have
very cool.
But Wistmore is wishing you a good night.
All right, man.
Kevy.
Thank you, man.
Kevy, I guess.
Kevy, yeah. I got you, man. I knew what you were saying. It was right there beside K.
There it is.
All right, talk to you guys later, man.
Later. All right. Well, we're back down to me. So let me go see if there's anything I missed. My first fan artist is now my wife. Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. My first fan artist. So she drew your stuff and then became your wife. Guess that's the way to do it, you know? You should write a story about that. So it looks like I got more done this week than I did last week on my to-do list for the stream. So I finished this one. I just want to show you guys. Finish this one up. Got that background in there now. Window with a little seating bench in front of it. He's all done. And oh, wait. We ain't going home yet. I gotta do this off. It's gotta finish on the stream, otherwise I didn't complete the page on stream. But I want to thank everybody for being here tonight and hanging out with us in the chat. And listen, don't be shy. If you want to come on or you're not sure, listen, we're friendly. We don't bite. I'll let you on as long as you're not a complete douche canoe. And yeah, it's fun. It's always fun to hang out and see the people you're chatting with and to talk to them and to hear them. It's fun to hear the people you're talking with. It's an old school thing that us old folks like to do, is actually talk to people. But yeah, this one here is now done. This page. So this is colorist ready. This one making some pretty decent progress on the finishes. Still got a lot to do on it though, but I should be able to knock that out tomorrow. And then that leaves me with this and the ad. I don't know if you guys remember, if you were here last week, I started I do a satirical ad in each one. And this one is going to be it's making fun of those drug commercials that you might see on TV, depending on where you live. But this one is for Might Be a Fart X. And it's kind of self-explanatory, I guess. But down here, I'm going to have a whole bunch of side effects that it might cause, all of them being at least twice as bad as what it's curing, because that's what they do. And that's that's where we're at with that. So, oh, look, we have Woodham. Woodham, what's going on? Nice, thank you. Please don't bite the douche canal. No, you never want to bite the douche canal. That just doesn't taste good, is what I'm saying. But that being said, I think I'm going to retire a little bit earlier this week than most. Have we hit the 5-hour mark? No, we're way shy of the 5-hour mark. Oof, slipping, falling, can't get up. You know what I'm saying? Let me, you know what? I'm going to stay with you a little longer, but I am going to play this real quick because I have been negligent and I need to show some sponsorships here from the madness. So sit back, relax to the cool sounds of well, these commercials go by faster and faster. You know what I'm saying? All right. What do we have going on here? Good night. See you in the future. All right. Good night, Dynamica Music. Yeah. Next time, jump in early and say something. So this character in my profile started as a hint when I was streaming. Ah. Huh? Is it? Are you talking about the story about how you met your? What the hell's going on? Is it how you met your wife? Is that what we're talking about? I'm sure I've been drinking whiskey. I'm sorry. I like seeing people in the future. You like seeing people from the future in the future? Is that like, hey, I'll see you tomorrow, and then you see him and you like doing that? Ah, yes, the wife. Okay. Makes more sense then. I got confused. It's not easy to confuse me, Whisper. Easily confused. See, I did get confused. Now I get it. It all makes sense now, Wooden. It all makes sense now. Because you put this person see us in the future, and I like seeing people in the future. I get it now. I like seeing people in the future too. Yeah, you know. I like seeing them in the future. Seeing them in the past ain't always great, but seeing them in the future is all right. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it hasn't been 5 hours, but it has been a good night. It's been a good run, and I want to thank you all for being here with me again. And for those that are new, thank you for showing up. Please come back next week. Next week's going to be a big week here, for me anyway. It'll be the launch of the new campaign. If you haven't already done so, please, the links are in the chat. go sign up for the pre-launches and go subscribe to me. Go subscribe to my website. I don't know how I can show it to you. How do I show it to you? There it is, right there under my name, under the chosen one. It says foresight11.com. Go there, subscribe. It's free. And on there, you'll have all the links to my socials, and as well, you'll have the links to any current campaigns, which right now are the 2 sign-up sheets, Indiegogo and Kickstarter. There's links to them there. So just go there. It's all your one-stop shopping. Go there, sign up, click the links, sign up. And there's some stuff on there you might be interested in. There's some character bios from characters in my universe. There's some story there. Check it out. Check it out. It's all free. The campaign is not free, but I'm sure you'll want to check it out. All right. Until next time, everybody. Like I said, be here next week for the launch. We're also launching, so we'll be launching the Indiegogo on this show next week. But, and I have to talk to Pops on the Madness Network. We're going to be doing, earlier during the day, we're going to be doing a launch for the Kickstarter one. So that'll be available first. So keep your eyes and ears open for the ADDAX Unbound Fury 2 launch. All right? And until we all see each other again in the future, good night. And yeah, later.